Welcome in, sim racing fans, to the racing capital of the world. Tonight, we got drivers trying to fight and survive for 120 laps around this 2.5-mile rectangle of both history and heartbreak. My name is Sean Stam. Welcome in, everybody, here tonight to Stam Studio Network. I got the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. His name's Justin, y'all. We call him Yamentator. Justin, how are you doing on this beautiful, beautiful race evening?
Howdy doody, tutti frutti to you folks at home. Hope you got your cold snack and your cold refreshment ready to go as we're fisting to hit the high banks here at Indy. Whole lot of speed, whole lot of mayhem. That's what you get when you come to Indy. Glad to be here tonight as we're going to take a look at our point standings. Mr. Sean Stam going to let us know where the people reside currently in the points.
Ooh, we got some good battles up here in the points, Mr. Yamentator. Ken Baum Jr. up here. He is leading the pack with, he's got that 54-point gap over, total points there. Well, they'll be scrolling across the screen there at the bottom of your screen, at least the top three. But anyways, Joshua Soshi will be right up there second in points. Caitlin Hates, very last second of the practice session. She shot up to the top of the boards. We got qualifying just now finishing up. We'll take a look at those results just a few seconds. Lucas Nilgis, Joshua Gaiman, David Smill Jr., Kevin Click, Jeremy Zaphos, Andrew May, as well as Jimmy Barr rounding at the top 10. That's a familiar name right there in 11th in the point standings. Kyla McCarthy.
So here we go. Everybody get booted up and booted up. Let's take a look at our pre-race report. Weather looking at 69 degrees, 78% humidity, overcast skies with 13 miles an hour winds. And Sean, last night our bump and run series put on a great race here. We've seen a lot of passing for different positions. There's Finnegan Myers picking up the win last night. So the folks here, our Full Throttle Performance League, are going to be able to do the same. I think you'll see a lot of back and forth. And I believe maybe turns 1 and 3 are going to be our passing areas. You may can get a run off of 2 and 4, but I believe 1 and 3 are going to be your main passing areas here tonight.
I got that long straightaway and that long back straightaway to work with from this, once again, 2.5 rectangle here tonight. Lucas Nilgis, he was actually pretty fast in practice. He'll slap it up there on the pole out of Prestige Worldwide with that 50.763. Ken Baum Jr. is going to start there on the outside row. Joshua Gaiman, Caitlin Haight, fastest in practice out of the Virgin Islands, puts it out there on the second row outside line. Kevin Click, Kyla McCarthy, Michael Zuver, Brett Strickler, Kevin Sword, Jeremy Zaphos, David Smill Jr., Andrew May rounding out that top 12.
Kyler Matt's going to be in P13. 14th going to be Jimmy Barr. 15th, Robbie Bice. 16th, Justin Gibbs. 17th, Chad Engel. 18th, Nick Cannon. Dakota Kuhn. And 19th, 20, Matthew Fitz. 21st, Shane Wilden. 22, Daniel Holcroft. 23, Stan Mayberry. 24, Kevin Gibney Jr.
Got a 26 driver field here tonight. Jimmy Barr and Kevin Click will start in the safety of pit lane. More on that story a little bit later on, if we can even find it. Real quick before we get started, the drivers, the league owners, the sponsors and affiliates up there in the top right of the corner of the screen. You are all who makes this possible. Able to bring you some broadcasting here on Stam Studio Network. Fans, I think you know what time it is. Get up, stand up for your life. Don't give up the fight. Lucas Nilgis, the field is in your hands. Ken Baum Jr., the inside row. We are just 3, 2, 1. Green flag racing for the Indy 300, the Full Throttle Sim Performance League.
Here we go. Going to be side by side through the field. We're ranking and stacking, and we're heading off into turn number 1. Still side by side as we go through 1, working our way into 2. Ken Baum looking to make the high side work. Luke is going to hang tough right there on the inside. I believe Ken is going to get the pass done.
You're going to start to see these drivers work hard early on because passes, they are hard to come by here from the Dover Motor Speedway. Still side by side up here for P2. Joshua Gaiman makes the outside work, already gaining a spot early on. That's Lucas Nilgis, our pole sitter, dropping back to P3 for the time being.
So everybody going to kind of find their groove, get it single filed out here. You'll see a lot of guys. We talked about this last night. They'll go kind of towards the bottom or inside wall there, work their way back up the track, just trying to find every which way of trying to not get past here. You got to break up the monotony and you got to break up the wind. That is the draft coming around through here. So you got to really break it up and maybe not allow the guy behind you to catch some air and get caught up to you.
All right, we're disco balling down the straightaway. A little bit of weaker there, but we see it down there live in YouTube land. We got KC in the YouTube chat. Jeff is with us as well. Peter Slowick cheering on Shane Weldon tonight. Shane has already gained a spot since the drop of the green flag, sitting P20 right now. Got Stan Mayberry. Stan, he's looking for a little bit of redemption here tonight after wrecking out early on in last night's Cup Series race from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Appreciate the folks tuning in with us in YouTube chat. Couldn't do it without y'all folks. Make sure you like and share and comment. Subscribe, let everybody know what you're doing here, hanging out with us, and make sure you to follow Stam Studio Network. Ken Baum has done open up a about a 1 second lead here over Josh Gaiman. Gaiman's got a lot of speed, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. As you can see, it's about a second now, and they're slowly working back to Lucas in third. And don't count out Caitlin Hanks. She laid down a heater in practice a little bit earlier, so she'll be looking to try to get to the front very quickly.
As we hop on board with Caitlin here, as we head down into turn one, we're probably pushing just about 200 miles an hour. What's kind of going through the mind here through the driver as you're in Caitlin Hayes' spots here? You're running P4, about the meat of the sandwich. We got a hard charging Michael Zuver up in that rear view camera. Got that turn one passing zone. Michael not able to make anything happen, but he continues to close the gap.
Yeah, he's really making a head of steam here. He's trying every which way. This track is known and is kind of synonymous with running the bottom, but you may have to switch it up, maybe roll it up just a little bit, about half a groove up, and I think you can maybe find a little speed, but any position you can find is going to be the way. You got to get around this place very quickly. So if we're going to have a caution-free race, I think pit strategy is going to come down to 100% here without a whole lot of tire sets. And you really got to manage that set you got on the hot rod tonight.
About this hornet's nest of cars back here. This is for 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. We're looking side by side. We'll get back to single file along the long straightaways here from Indy. That's Jeremy Zaffros, as well as Brett Strickler, Robbie Bice, Nick Cannon, Justin Gibbs, all up here kind of in this, once again, a really nice fight here for the top 10 and 15 spots.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight all night long. These folks really been pounding each other since we've been dropping the green flag. Every little position counts. Maybe just setting somebody up for a pass. This track is very, very treacherous in the way you got to set people up before you can go by them. So make sure to hit your marks, but don't overdrive it going off in the corners, because you could slam that wall and really end your night.
All right, we still got a little bit of disco balling effects going on, but that's all right. We're getting the dance moves here tonight. No, in all seriousness, this is it's a newer scanned iRacing track here. It's asking just a little bit more computer power than what I'm used to here. Once we do get a caution, I'll get everything worked out here behind the scenes and try to help out in that regard. But we still have some really nice battles all over the track here, Justin. If you did run any official races here at Indy last week in the iRacing universe, this is I'm proud of our drivers, and quite frankly, I'm blown away that lots of these drivers still continuing to run as close as they are to one another in this dirty air. This next-gen car, we got that big old rear diffuser underneath the bottom of the car. Matter of fact, we hop on board here with Ryan Sword. There you see it. Michael Zuver's big old rear diffuser. So we disco ball a little bit more, but once again, this is something it started to go away as the tires faded last night in the Bump and Run Cup Series race here. Tonight with the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing League, we're going to have to see how drivers work the tire and fuel strategies here tonight. 100% fuel on these cars, so able to go just a little bit longer. Real quick, we'll be right back up with you here in the booth. Take a little word from our sponsors and affiliates real quick. All right, what makes a difference between a good and a great producer? I think it's working on the fly. Here we go. Welcome back to Stam Studio Network. Hopefully got the disco ball and effects all figured out here tonight. We do like some dancing, Justin. We like some singing as well. If you like some singing, go check out last night's broadcast. We might get to some singing as we continue to get some green flag running here. So far, though, some really nice racing here. Robbie Bice, Justin Gibbs, though, still continue to look side by side. Once again, these right side tires, you got to baby them here, drivers. Long way to go, long time to get there. They will show us how it is all done.
Yeah, we got a long race to go, so you got to baby these tires. I mean, you can really try to break it up in thirds. You look at it, you can maybe run 40. I think that's going to be about your limit. Obviously, if you break it up into thirds, you're looking at 40 laps to run. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you see some guys pin off a little early, maybe lap 35. Or maybe you're going to have some guys try to run it out, maybe on two. You're going to get every bit of those sets. I mean, you know, sponsors and the team owners buy the tires, you might as well use them all while you got them.
Hey, real quick, Peter shouting out. Let's slow it down there in YouTube land, saying, come on, YouTube chat, sound off who you're cheering for here tonight. Do we have any Kim Bomb Junior fans here in the stands? You better sound those air horns off loud and proud, because 10 laps out of this 120-lap race, we have fixed the little disco ball, and Ken Bomb Jr. continues to lead over Joshua Gaiman. Joshua, remember, started this race for any Joshua Gaiman fans out there tonight. If you missed the start, he did start P3, already finds himself up to P2 here tonight. Lucas Nill just started up on the pole, dropped to P3. Caitlin Haight back to where she started this race, P4. And our top 5 makes up Michael Zuver, also a driver gaining on the initial race start. He gained 2.
Everybody kind of juking and jiving right here, kind of figuring out where the car is going to get settled in, out. Man, you got to watch that outside wall. You get that, and it's going to go for a doozy of a ride.
I think we all can contest for it. You fight that wall. Let me tell you, boys and girls. Fight that wall. That wall's going to win each and every time. I think they got a song written about it. One of Justin's favorites. How's it go, Justin? I think I forget.
I fought the wall in. The
wall won. Woohoo! Justin, I think you're
t-shirt.
next upcoming artist right here. I think that's what's going on.
No, man. I think I need somebody get me a dang deal with American Idol. Let me write some jingles.
Now we're talking. Hey, a little SSN jingle going. I don't know what it would consist of, but
I don't know if that'd be great. We can give it a shot.
We gotta get the homework going here. Well, we won't half-ass that one.
Yeah, we might lose our jobs if we do that. Let's just try to stick to our day jobs. I know this is your day job, so you're doing a good job with your day job.
Shoot, man. Thank you, and I appreciate you kind of, thinking of that, too. Anyways, Kevin Click, though, Justin, you remember early on in this race, Kevin, he is our unfortunate driver here tonight so far in the race. You see up the amount of laps that were on here tonight, 12. Well, unfortunate Kevin Click, he has dropped that many spots since the drop of the race. Real quick, if you did miss the drop of the green flag, and if you're tuning in to the vertical broadcast, come on, get yourself over to the long ways horizontal broadcast, as we have a look at the race, at the start of the race. Goodness gracious, the replay of the race start, that's what I'm trying to say here. It was pretty cool, calm, and collected there. At least I thought.
Yeah, I think it was very clean. I mean, everybody kind of got away there, maybe a little juke and jiving earlier on, but I think everybody kind of figured out where their car lied. Everybody kind of checked up, realized it's a 120-lap race, so we're going to be around for a while. No sense in trying to crash this thing early on. We've got a long race. We can work to get it a little better.
I thought we would see a little bit more elbows out on that race start, because once again, it's pretty damn tough to make a pass here at Indy. If you ran any official races last week, Even in the Xfinity cars that can handle the dirty air just a little bit better than their next-gen counterparts, it's still, I mean, so hard. You got to work the momentum once again down the longer straightaways here. Just sort of take your medicine in turns 2 and 4. I believe that would be, there's a little bit more blinking there. Chad Engel, though. Chad, you got a shout-out here tonight. Driver of the 35 Chevrolet Camaro, sitting in 18th. Wouldn't count him out here, or anybody that's basically 10th on back, saving, I think, just a little bit more fuel than their co-drivers up there running within that top 10, possibly burning a little bit more fuel to make a little bit more lap time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you start seeing people lay off just a little bit. Everybody kind of knows where their car's at by now. You've got to. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some people lay back just a little bit and maybe try to just, conserve as much as you can. Maybe go stretch this pit cycle out a little bit longer than everybody else. Give yourself a better run there at the end of the race.
Hopping on board Tyler Massey, that Stam Studio Network machine. Ooh, also Harvest on the side. Tyler, we got a shout out here. One of the drivers who is a member on Stam Studio Network pays a little bit of a monthly subscription to get access to even more here on SSN. He's going to get some free merch headed his way. We got it pumping out here, SSN. Tyler Massey, can't wait for it, and also we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Also appreciate it when you continue to have a nice top 10 run. Looking down the inside of Ryan Sword, door quarter just about clear between two blue ovals. Ryan Sword possibly pushed his Ford Mustang early pushed it a little too early on. Ryan Sword continuing to lose spots, falls back to where he started. Here comes Tyler Massey leading a little bit of a pack here on to complete, coming to lap 17. Oh no! Jeremy Zaphos hard into the outside wall.
That is what you call a humdinger of a situation, because that number 29 took a hard hit into the outside wall. That's going to bring out our first race to stop suicide caution of the night here at Indy.
Excuse me, I think I blew that last name. Zarfos, there we go. Apologies for that, but you gotta hate it. Driver number 29, he was showing some nice pace from early on here tonight at Indy. Looks like from at least the corner of my eyeball, he got a little bit of help there.
Yeah, maybe a little dirty air, a little net code, maybe somebody saying, move, get out the way. We try to be friendly around here. Sometimes it slips, but, we try. Let's take a look, see. 38 going to kind of maybe drift up just a little bit there. I think that's just a racing incident, man. I think both of them trying to fight for position. The 38 going to kind of drift up. The 29 going to drift down. They just meet in the middle, a little peck of kiss, and it's going to send the 29 spinning.
Ooh, honestly, if we had a more zoomed-in shot, I think this is the most zoomed-in shot we have, but we'll take one more look from this replay angle as well. I think there was a little bit of air. You know what that means, between the cars. I think that was a little bit of netcode action there, boys and girls.
No netcode. Strikes again. Chalk it up. We're going to start having a drinking challenge. Take a shot every time somebody says netcode on this series.
Oh, yeah.
Or every time me and Sean say it.
It's not only just us either. It's the drivers that are respectfully every race. Come on now, iRacing. Got enough money there behind the scenes. You're able to get it figured out, you'd hope. But in all seriousness, though, it's so cool that we're able to run side by side, nose to tail with drivers all the way around the world. So we can definitely expect a little nitty, a little gritty, a little give and way as we run.
All right, Sean, what's our over-under on cautions tonight? I'm going to go 3. I'm gonna choose the under of 3.
Ooh, that's... dang it.
Caution
got me on the spot here.
Over under.
Cautions breed cautions. I'll one up you there. I'll go 4.
What we say now? 4?
Yeah, that's my best guess. I don't know.
4. I'm gonna go under. You gonna go 4? I'm gonna go 3. I think we're gonna have less than 3.
Those of you down there, YouTube land, there you heard it. The line for caution over under, it's 3.5. So let us know your pick on how many cautions you think will be there tonight. KC, we got you still there chilling in YouTube land. Peter Slowick, Terry Stam, welcome in here live once again. Got
I think Kyler's in here.
Yeah, Kyler McCarthy.
Kyler's in.
Evening, fellas.
Kyler, we gotta get some speed at 24. Let's get that nitro machine up there to the front, buddy.
Hey, how about possible paint scheme of the race here early on tonight, fellas? Matthew Fitz, driver out of South Bend, Indiana. Got the, I believe that's the Arctic Monster, number 69, that Chevrolet Camaro. Matthew, he's shown 6 spots gained since the drop of the original green flag, as well as, hey, he's on a little bit newer set of tires here. Drivers from 7th on back, so that's actually Kevin Click. Kevin Click did pit, excuse me, Michael Zuver. That is when the pit stop strategy starts. Everybody from Michael Zuver on back is on newer tires, as well as packed their race car full of Sunoco race fuel. This is going to be a strategy run here tonight, but Matthew Fitz, back to the driver number 69. Shouting you out, man, everything that you do there behind the scenes for full throttle performance. This Next Gen Sim Racing League, we appreciate it. Doesn't go unnoticed. Keep up the hard work there.
We're going to re-rack, restacked. I think we'll be possibly at 1 to go this time by. We'll get ready to. Pace car going to come by. The stripe lights will turn off, and we'll take one more little pace lap around this huge place known as Indy. Such a historic track in racing regards. So, such a fun week, man. I'm interested to see how aggressive we all get right here going back to green flag.
You know what that is? We got live driver cams. We got foot cam action here tonight on SSN. There's Mike Zuver, Ryan Sword, as well as Kyler McCarthy. We're going to have to cut back to this once we get going green, because you have to take a look at the focus. That you're not going to see these drivers possibly blink for a lap or two. And then Kyler McCarthy, it'll be interesting to watch that gas pedal as well as that brake pedal heading into turns 1 and 2. We'll get back to that here in just a few moments time, but drivers, we appreciate that. Gives us just a little bit more to talk about. Ken Baum Jr., Joshua Gaiman, Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, David Schmiel, going to be the drivers rounding out the top 5 for this race restart. What are you watching here, Justin? What are we going to have to keep an eye on here?
I think it just depends on how quick you can get going. If you miss a gear, miss something, you're going to be at a real big disadvantage. So I think it depends on how quick you're able to get back to the throttle and how quick you can get to the inside. We've seen that outside kind of be the nemesis of some folks. So I believe it's going to be how quick can you get that baby to the bottom of the racetrack and make it stick, because that seems to be the way around this place.
All righty, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to see some elbows fly. Matter of fact, let's do it here. Look at these drivers. Watch the focus go to work here. Mike Zuver, Ryan Sword, Kyler McCarthy, live driver cams. We are green flag racing once again for the Indianapolis 300 here tonight.
Yep, Kyler's doing the old clutchless transmission. So with that, the way iRacing works is you can actually, if you've got an H pattern shifter, which is like the traditional one you see that everybody runs, if you've got it, say you're starting in second, want to roll it third, you can put it in second, put the shifter in third, and then just pop. You don't even got to pop the clutch. You can let off the gas and just like Kyler did. You can let off real quick. You pop the car up into the gear you got it in, and automatically change over. So even if you're not, I mean, I know these cars are sequential, you can still do it in sequential also. So you see a lot of guys just kind of get away from, having to race out over and tap the clutch pedal. Bob, you can just put it in gear and it automatically goes over into the gear you want.
Excellent breakdown from this next gen kind of different transmission that we've ever seen within NASCAR. Got that sequential working, but like you said, working with the clutch, able to just pop it back into the right gear where he wants to on the race restart as he makes his way up and through the gears on the race restart. Justin Gibbs and Michael Zuber having a nice race restart so far. The drivers, I believe, continuing to run where they started, but Justin, we did start to see that snaking down the back straightaway, already trying to break the draft. Here comes Brett Strickler. He was involved in that last caution. He tried to look down the inside of Michael Zuber again, did not have it that time by, tries to look for a little bit cleaner air. Oh, he's gonna hang it wide, tapping the fence out of turn number 2, I believe that was. Oh, we got one spinning.
We got somebody around. Oh!
Hang on to her, Andrew May. Hang on to her. Caution's out.
Caution's out. Second. Oh, who's spinning back there on the backstretch? Is that around? Is that Jeremy again? That's Jeremy back there.
Uh-oh. Get it there, Jeremy. No, we're just kidding. We'll have to take a look at the replay because, of course, we disco balled it right when that caution did come out here. We'll take a few moments here while we get this replay re-racked and restacked.
So let's take the old look-see here. A lot of new faces with us here tonight. You realize how many faces you get, Sean, whenever you start going from, I think Jeremy just going to get a little assistance there from the old Mountain Dew hot rod. He did the do going into the corner, and he did it too well, and he knocks the 29 around.
Oh, there's smoke up in front. I think there's nowhere for him to go. We'll take another look, but yeah, we'll take a. Oh, they're too wide, and then that's the 10 helping out the 38 around as well.
Yep. That's just the old accordion effect in play as it goes. The 29 just going to have to kind of hold on to it. He's going to slide around through there. Luckily, he's not going to smash anything, but I do believe maybe going to have some new Goodyears, and if that's the case, I believe that's going to leave Jeremy with one set for the rest of this race. He's going to have to manage that one other set till maybe a little later in our run tonight.
Strategy's going to be the name of the game here tonight. We'll be right back with you here on STAM Studio Network. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack as we take a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here on STAM Studio Network. Sorry about the blinking, boys and girls. We're going to shut down that disco dancing right now. We bare bones it, so we shouldn't be seeing any of that, but we do appreciate you bearing with us here. Once again, if you're on the vertical broadcast, make sure you mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast, as well as, hey, if you're already watching on the horizontal broadcast, there's a little gear in the bottom right or top right of your screen if you're watching on mobile or PC, depending on either. If you do press that little gear, you can bump the quality up this broadcast up to 1440p. It's almost 4K. It's close enough, but you can dang well see the whites of these drivers' eyes as they head their way back and down our start-finish straightaway. We're going to double file them up here, Justin. One more pace lap to go until green flag racing.
In the middle of a yawn, man. I'm just
oh, boo.
Man, tiredness is wearing you out. Working hard like an ugly stripper. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Everybody gonna re-rack them, one stack them one more time. Lights gonna go off on the pace car. Sean, I think we talked about this. Do you listen to music when you race?
Ooh, great question. I know this question is divided from drivers amongst themselves. When I race, it is just me and my little iRacing spotter up there in the headphones. I can't do two things at once. No, just kidding. What about you, though, Jesse? You got a little tunes bumping in the old NASCAR Next Gen machine?
Oh yeah. If I'm racing, I usually got some tunes in the headphone. But I mean, I got them quiet enough where I can hear my spot or hear the engine. You know, just kind of depends. You know, I actually have music right now playing while we're sitting here announcing.
What? Who you got? Who you got?
I'm listening to Gucci Mane right now.
Oh, okay.
Just call me Martin.
Well, good choice. I wish we could play it for the
Sorry, Gucci
fans,
Mane.
but nope, YouTube would get mad at us. Boo, boo.
Funny story. Gucci Mane, the town he grew up in, is about 45 minutes from my house.
What? I didn't know he's
Yes,
Bama
sir.
boy.
Yeah, he from Bessemer, Alabama.
I think we got a few drivers here tonight from Bammer as well. We're gonna have to go through the whole different the driver details here tonight. There's one from Blue Springs, Daniel Holdcroft. He got a little bit of damage in that last caution, but Mountain Dew machine looks like it's still got some pace in it. Daniel Holdcroft sits P20. We know we got some Shane Weldon fans here tonight. Shane, driver of the number 98 Toyota Camry, is all the way up to 15th after starting 21st. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the sights and sounds to this race restart. Go ahead and crank this puppy up. Justin and I will be right back here with you in just, I'll give it 2 or 3 turns. Enjoy sights and sounds, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag out once again. Crank it back down, side by side up here for the lead between Joshua Game and Ken Baum Jr. Oh, we got contact! The both leaders going around!
Hey, mayday, mayday. Somebody gonna be mad. Somebody ain't gonna be happy. Mama told me not to. I did it anyway, misbehaving.
Somebody's not gonna happy. Somebody's gonna be pissed. We got both race leaders. I was about to say Joshua Gaiman, the only driver to have any sort of speed for Ken Baum Jr. Oh, he gets shoved up in the wall, does Gaiman. He tries to get it hooked back and right around. Unfortunately, ends up hooking our race leader.
Hey, man, Ken Baum head first into the retaining wall. That one's gonna put a hurting on the old number 2. I don't know if we get any fast repairs here with our Full Throttle Performance crew, but if so, that's an instant tow right there, and that one's going to put you in the pits for just a little bit. That might have to go in a concussion protocol there.
All right,
let's take another look at it.
Before we do, hit the forklift button here. All right, let's back this up because this really transpired up into the corner here. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. You can run side by side, but Ken Baum, he looks like maybe clips a little bit of that concrete apron, He keeps the steering wheel far to the left. Look at him keep it off the side of Joshua. But as Justin, you ask about listening to music and all that in the car. You can hear the car right next to you. You can hear it when their engine, it creeps up on that side, and I think that was a result of Joshua Gaiman, just a slight overreaction. Didn't think that he had that much room, and I think that's what ultimately starts this whole incident.
Yeah, I think right there that's just a case of bounce it off the outside wall. It's a little tough right there, man. And you hate it for Ken because he's just driving along, and he's going to take a whole punt and a half, and he's going to be number 1 in the medic tent. Car's going to be ruined. Sponsors aren't going to be happy. And he's probably going to need a beer after that one. May I suggest a PBR?
I'll give you a PBR, and I'll give our cameraman a PBR right now. Did you see old RoboCam right now, right there, taking one for the team? One more look at it here at race speed. This one's going to hurt the wrist, too, here for Ken Baum. Boom! Golly! All right.
Bump.
Well, all right, after pit stop strategies here, still our top 5 have yet to pit. Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Click, David Smeal Jr., Justin Gibbs. Michael Zuver right now P6th on back are on those newer tires, as well as Sunoco Race Fuel, as well as the newest tires right now after this pit stop strategy. You got to look back at Dakota, Andrew May, Nick Cannon from 15th on back. Justin, with 100% fuel runs, a long race, only 3 sets of tires in the pits. I really don't hate the call for our top 5 runners to continue to stay out, saving a set or 2.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. I think it's a great call. Maybe try to get a couple laps led. I think that'll lead to maybe some good stuff. You know, everybody kind of mixing it up here, trying different strategies. It all depends on who makes the right call at the right time. And I wouldn't be surprised. Come on, guys. Let's have a promoter's caution. Let me and Sean throw one, you know, when we want to. Green flag going too long, pit stop. Red flag, something.
I was about to say. No, you got me guessing that. God dang it. All right, anyways, it'll come up here shortly. Back to the driver cams, though, real quick. What's your kind of go-to move here under caution? Are you like Mike Zuver? Like that old middle light there under caution? You're Ryan Sword, you just, you hanging it out there? You're Kyler McCarthy just clutching it in and saving even more fuel?
Nah, you got to send that, baby. Don't be scared. You got hair on your peaches or what? Let's go. Stand on the gas. Take each other out. Fight about it. And then race the next race. That's why I always say I think iRacing needs to add a UFC simulator to go with it. I think I need to strike a deal up with either WWE or UFC, and let's have a cage match afterwards.
Joshua Game and Ken Baum Jr. probably 2 drivers that are going to need something like that here. Unfortunately, to answer your question here, Justin, both these drivers still are within the pits.
Got to hit the old Bruce Buffer. It is time. Let them fight it out. It'll be all right. We'll come back next week. I don't know where we're at next week. Where we at? I don't know. Where we race at this
Iowa?
week?
If we're following the real life schedule.
Iowa? We're at Iowa. That's what it is. Love Iowa, man.
You know what else I love? The fans down there in YouTube land. We still got Peter Slowick popping off. KC down there as well. EBS 731 saying, let's go, Kyler. Kyler. We got quite a few Kyler McCarthy fans here tonight. We saw this driver on the live driver cameras. We heard it on the onboard under this caution, saving even more fuel. Remember, these top 6 drivers, have not. Nope, that is 5. Caitlin Haight to Michael Zuver. We are just 1 turn away back to before some green flag racing action. Keep an eye on these front runners. Don't spin these tires, and hopefully these drivers are able to make a little bit of a gap before these newer Goodyear Racing Eagles start to show their pace. iRacing safety car back and into the safety of pit lane, side by side. This time it's going to be the one, the only Caitlin Haight. Field is in your hands. Green flag racing from Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
There you go. Caitlin going to have a great run. Kyler McCarthy going to be right behind his Nitro Setup Shops teammate. Let's see if that number 27 there on the outside. Oh my good gosh. What a pass there. That could have been disastrous. Woo! But we're going to keep it clean and green. So here we go. Away they go. Bound the back stretch, we go. 2 players with Smell and Quick and Zuber. We rounded out our top 5 there. Everybody bouncing and jockeying for position.
Jimmy Barr, Robbie Bice. This is for 10th and 11th, where the air continues to build dirtier and dirtier. How about our pole sitter? Pole sitter checking here tonight, Lucas Nilgis. That's Scott McLaughlin looking at number 3. Chevrolet Camaro continues to work his way back up through the field. He's got Nick Cannon on his rear bumper. Some more side-by-side here for 17th and 18th. Daniel Holdcroft, he's working his way back up on some newer racing Goodyear Eagles. Kevin Gibney Jr., side-by-side, 2 rows back. This is all the way for 18th, 19th. Single file it out here, boys. There might be contact. That's Shane Weldon, who is getting a massive run there at a turn 2.
Good run there for the folks back in the back. Just because we ain't in the front don't mean we ain't going to be racing hard. Even back here in the back, jockey in poor position. That's the place you want to be. Going forward, not in the rear view.
God, listen to the lift there for Shane Weldon. That was a massive lift coming up to the entry, of turn number 4. Very, very nice strategy calls here, even if you did last pit stop strategy. Real quick, in the bottom right of your screen is Zuver. That's that driver we're going to have to keep an eye on. Driver number 96, Ford Mustang. He continues to work his way up through the field, as well as Brett Strickler, Justin Gibbs, all these drivers, once again, on those newer Racing Eagles that you see that white blip in the middle of that graph and the bottom right side of your screen. I know, it's a lot of lefts, rights, and middles. We continue to only turn left here tonight from the Indy Oval. I think you know what time it is here, Justin. Fans, race fans alike, go ahead and crank this puppy up. Justin and I will be right back with you up here in the booth. Slowly, boys and girls, go ahead and crank this puppy back down. Apologies once again. We're having a disco ball here tonight. There's been a little bit of blinking, a little bit of jeeving, a little bit of jiving. This track it's newer here within the scan of it within the iRacing universe, so it's taken a lot of computer power. Just hang in there with us. We're only 34 laps down, as well as there comes Shane Weldon down in the pit lane. Is this the start to some pit stop strategy calls?
It looks like he's got a little bit of damage there on the nose for that London, Ohio racer.
Good call.
Look at that right front, man. He may have the toe knocked out of it. I mean, that thing looks like he took a hit. Somebody may have did the old brake check, and Shane did not get the memo.
I think you're on the ball here tonight, Justin. Take a look. There's no caution, for this incident, as Shane gets a little bit of help out of the rear bumper. Ooh, hard into the outside wall. I'm surprised that didn't bring out a caution.
Yeah, they must be doing iRacing rules. If it brings it out itself. Man, Shane with a hard lick. I mean, you're at speed coming off that corner there, so I mean, there's no checkup.
Oh, he didn't get help. That was he may have had some help from some dirty air from the car, or the side draft there from the car that was trying to do that there in front of him. But here's one more look at it, a little bit slower this time. Look, I don't really see any contact here between the two. Wait for it. There, it just snaps around.
Dirty air, bad spot to try to make that, and it just kind of puts a damper on the old 98's Hot Rod's night.
So back up to the battle for, excuse me, you got it. No. Oh, there's the caution. Jimmy Barr around. Oh, the number 12. The one we were watching in practice, Ryan Newman paint scheme involved.
He's going to spin that Ford Mustang around.
Oh, don't do it. Don't.
Go high, Jeremy, go high.
I like how we both, like, we're watching that about to just transpire in front of our eyeballs. Nothing we could do. Nothing Jimmy Barr could do either. We'll take a look at the bird's eye view of it here. Or, excuse me, Jimmy Barr. Oh, that looked a little weird. What in the hell? Sorry, I caught it kind of late here, but oh, does he make contact with the outside wall and that's what spins him? It's hard to tell as we get cut so late to the replay here. And then look at this. Oh, Tyler Massey, Stam Studio Network machine threading the needle. That'll be a driver we got to hop on board with. Oh boy.
He don't need a fresh set of undies.
Hanes undies there for the Tyler Massey. Hopping on board with Tyler here. Where do I go? Where do I go? Boom!
Wall, 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 wall.
Golly, he probably scraped the Stam Studio Network logos off the right side to Tyler Massey, but probably worth it there so he didn't get a face full of Jimmy Barr.
Yeah, now it's just network on the side of it.
God dang it. All right, that's all right.
Just tears but a flesh wound.
Here's one more look at it once again. Oh, actually, we're gonna hit the forklift button, because I'm more curious on, did Jimmy make contact with the outside wall here? Oh, he didn't, but the thing was already loose as a caboose on him. That's what ended up sending him around.
See Kabushi back there, gonna spin him around. Bring in our third caution of the hit. Sean, you might be right. The over-under's getting a little bit.
It's getting close there, but what was it, the 3.5 mark? Mine was 3, yours was 4. Good. We're not even halfway. I think you probably got it here tonight. I don't know, unless you think the drivers can start to keep it a little bit more clean, green, and mean.
I think we're at least going to see 2 more. That's my plan. I think 2 more.
All right, let's check all up here. YouTube land. Who we got? Peter still down here, as well as KC, EBS731. Goodness gracious. We got, okay, shouting out KC here tonight. He's got the crown here in our top fans for the YouTube chat at KC. Then Terry Stamp, she's down there, P2 in the top fans. And then Peanuts down there, down for the 3rd position in our top fans for the YouTube chat. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that YouTube added that sort of thing in. We appreciate that. All the fans here joining in once again. 22 watching right now, as well as got to remind you, everybody, if you joined in on the vertical broadcast, mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast. And once you've done that, press that little gear icon and you can adjust the quality of these live streams. It's almost 4K, it's close enough to it. Justin, we continue to see it right now. Caitlin Hates, Kyler McCarthy still staying out. Our front 2 runners, everybody now has at least one set of newer tires, or from 6th on back have just pitted under this caution. As there you see Daniel Holdcroft, George Wood coming in to top off on fuel. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to watch here, to say the least, from Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy. Caitlin came away with, where's my whiteboard here? Caitlin came away with P3 just a week ago from Dover. Kyler McCarthy came away with P9. Both these drivers continue to run 1st and 2nd from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pole sitter works his way back up to P3.
So I think, Sean, right here, I don't think this is, you can't make this your money stop. You're at least going to have to stop one more time, especially for a set of tires. I think fuel-wise, I think you're going to be able to make it fuel-wise, but tire-wise, man, you're going to have to at least go one more time. So make sure to take care of those tires. Make sure to take care of your hot rod. You don't want to go in with the damage and, you know, have to sit there and take the weight time on that. That could put a damper on the old night there real quick like. So remember, make sure to take care of your hot rod here. Let's just try to keep this thing within striking distance.
Battle for the lead is about to heat up. Battle for the lead in the YouTube top chat starting to heat up there. You got EBS saying good luck at getting #1 in the chat, Peter. Oh boy, battle's heating up not only on the racetrack, but as well as in the live YouTube chat. This is gonna get good. We got Peter, remember, That's going to be hard to beat. Peter is watching the race on his 75-inch TV sound bar cranking. Hopefully everything is sounding a-okay down there for you tonight. We got a little bit of blinking, a little bit of jeeving, a little bit of jiving. Side by side, though, it's going to be Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy will bring us to the green flag. Lucas Nilgis, Kevin Gibney Jr. going for another bit of a blink there will be our second row back. Goodness gracious.
Blinking, but it's okay. It's all right. You get that on them big jobs, okay? You get that on them big jobs. It's okay. So here we go. We're going to come back. Restart zone in sight. Caitlin Haight going to get to the gas pedal. Away we go. Back green flag in the air here at Indy.
Caitlin got on the gas. Very nice restart there over Kyla McCarthy, able to slot in, take that position. There's some more side by side. Lucas Nilgis kind of caught sleeping on this race restart. Let's talk about side by side for third, fourth, and fifth on back. It's hard to run that outside line. We've seen it take one or two drivers here tonight. Brett Strickler up running the outside of the hill as he has his rear view camera full of Lucas Nilgis after putting that pass by.
Got a whole lot of rear view action coming at him. Everybody gonna keep jockeying for position here. You gotta watch the outside wall. Don't let the wall monster get you, because he will not be kind. Still side by side as Neil just gonna keep losing spots. He has got to get to the bottom if he wants to try to keep some momentum rolling. Group back here, I mean, Hater just kind of racing hard. The front group kind of separating itself, but really from fourth on back, we are still side by side.
That was 3 wide for 2.5 turns. Those drivers somehow able to make it work. Michael Zuver, Ryan Sword, Matthew Fitz, all were working that 3 wide. Goodness gracious. We can barely make 2 work here tonight, boys and girls. What are we doing? 40 laps to go out of the 120 of the Indy 300. Still side by side. Justin Gibbs throwing it out there. Looks like Stan Mayberry, he is having himself so far a really nice run compared at least to the last night. Oh, Kevin Click going to take away P10 away from Andrew May. Andrew and Justin Gibbs continue to run side by side.
Side by side, nobody really want to give up the position. They are going to keep racing hard. They're supposed to quit discoing. Hearing them.
Goodness
Disco
gracious.
Inferno, gas 50 cents. Just came on.
All right.
I don't care what everybody says. That's a great song. I don't thought anybody on that. It's a great song.
That's the one you might have to perform out there at the old American Idol there, Justin.
Somebody hand me the mic. God, what have you done? I'm just kidding. Just kidding, folks. Not going to sing it. But I am going to dance my little heart out here while I'm watching.
All right. Well, real quick check-in on the front-running driver on our newest pit stop strategy. It's going to be Kevin Gibney Jr. Would think that would be a tongue twister, but you start talking a little too fast, it might be right there. There's the lap time history compared between Kevin Gibney Jr. and Nick Cannon. 10 laps differentiating these drivers on strategy. As real quick, if you take a look at the bottom right side of your screen, there's the pit stop strategy graphic. Still some jockeying, jeeving, and jiving for 8th and 9th here. David Smeal Jr., Kevin Click, Lucas Nilgis, though, continuing to lose spots, even on a little, he's actually, except for Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy, Lucas Nilgis on the 3rd oldest set of tires. That just shows how much clean air is able to keep these drivers up out here in front, because Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, I'm still have not pitted. 43 laps in this race. Are we going to see a green flag pit stop for one of our 2 front runners?
No, I think you're going to see them try to run this out for a little while. I think everybody's going to try to see how long they can maybe stretch this out. I think you'll see cars maybe start coming around lap 70, 75, maybe 80. I think everybody's going to try to see how long they can maybe get a good little run going until we see our next pair of green flag pit stops.
We saw a little bit of strategy play last night in the Bump and Run Cup Series, although that was once again with 70% fuel. A driver who did run in that race is right when we start to talk about it. Oh, we got one around in the back. I think that's Brett Strickler once again, number 38. Does that count as a Sean Tater and Justin Tater curse? As we're when we start to talking about strategy? Okay.
No,
well, that's good.
I think we're going. I think we all right. We're going to count
see what
that.
happens. Oh,
if it is, it don't count.
Catching it late here. This is going to be right up in front of the pack. Holy Matthew Fitz is going to need some new Hanes undies.
Bang.
Goodness gracious alive there, Brett. What happened to the 38?
Well, let's take the old binoculars here. He got loose, I think. He is driving that thing every which way to Sunday. He's going to come in hot, drift up the racetrack. He's going to lose it, save it, lose it. Groundkeeper Willie's going to be pissed. Comes back up the racetrack. Fitz going to lock the brakes up. Just a little touch with the wall there. Ain't nothing too worried about, I don't believe.
Hopping on board here with Fitz as he made his way through this Strickler wreck here. Holy guacamole!
I'd have closed my eyes and hoped for the best.
Not only Matthew Fitz there, Justin, but every single driver who was able to, it looks like a real life NASCAR Cup Series Sunday. Look at these drivers, every single one of them making some nice evasive actions here. Very late on within the wreck. There goes Ford Mustang. There goes, I'm still learning my numbers here. Hang on with me. There goes Matthew Fitz. There goes the Miller Lite. I believe that's Zuver, 35 around. There goes the 12. The 12 is special too, or Jimmy Barr. Remember, he spun earlier on in this race. Jimmy, as well as, we got, there goes Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy down into pit lane. So is Jamie Barr, Lucas Nilgis, Andrew May, Jeremy Zarfos, and quite a few other drivers.
Everybody going to come in, get a fresh set of tires. Let's see who's going to win the battle off of pit road. Is going to be the 24? Is he going to be the 11? Everybody else going to pull out here. Back to the throttle we go. Kyler going to try to get away, but I think Caitlin's going to beat him off of pit road. So we're going to have some new players up front. Going to see our front two really have to try to work their way back to the field. Caitlin hadn't had to do it as much as Kyler has, so be interested to see how lap traffic and a little bit of new players up front maybe throws a wrench in the old game plan.
Alrighty, Lucas Nilgis once again in as well. Brett Strickler, of course, to try and fix that car up there. Oh, Brett's actually backing out to the racetrack. Brody Green, number 91, 4 spots gained since the drop of the green. He makes his way up to P20. Robbie Bice, Stan Mayberry there in 23rd. Real quick, enjoy another really quick ad here as I'm going to try to shut down that disco ball dancing once again. My name's Sean Stan. We got Justin Yaw, the Yamtator, with us here tonight. We'll be right back with you here on SSN. Alrighty, well, that threw my guess out of the window there. What was it? 3.5? No, sirree, Bobcat tail. No can do. This is what, our fifth caution here? 5th. Goodness gracious.
5th. Numbers are hard.
Numbers, they might be a little bit hard. But, what else is hard is trying to keep the strategy underneath you here. I bet you didn't think I was going that way, but I did. Nick Cannon, Tyler Massey. They have all, the first 6 have all last pit on lap 36. Everybody behind them are now on the newer pit stop strategy. Justin, we've seen some cat and mouse here tonight. It's just back and forth on the pit stop strategies. But now that Kyler McCarthy as well as Caitlin Haight, now that, if this is working the way out that they were hoping it was, they have saved a whole set or two. If we do get some late race cautions here, keep your eye on the 11 and 24. They will be heading with a head of steam compared to these drivers around them, there, where most of them have already taken one, if not two, out of their 3 available tire sets.
Yeah, you know, I think this race is going to be a battle of attrition. Who can maybe stay out the longest? Who can maybe be there at the end? Again, these type of races, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, got to make sure yourself is there at the end to try to collect the dub. Can't get too aggressive early on, but you can't get too far behind if we get a long green flag run. So, keeping it close and making sure you're within striking distance. So, make sure you're there at the end.
Before we get going, we got Kairos 18B back here. Welcome back to Stam Studio Network. Kairos saying, texting and driving, especially in P1, is not safe. Well, Nick Cannon, he's going to be in P1 on this race restart. Let's see how things juke and jive from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2.5 miles a lap. We got 300 miles to work with here tonight. 120 laps. Nick Cannon, David Smeal Jr. out in front of this race. Oh, there goes David Smeal, already taking the spot away from Tyler Massey. Side by side for 4th on this race restart. Kevin Click, Justin Gibbs, also side by side for about 10th on back. Chad Engel, Caitlin Haight, Kyla McCarthy trying to work their way up and through the field early on.
Up. Here we go. Back down the straightaway we go. Caitlin Haight, Kyla McCarthy gonna be tied together like a balloon to a string, baby. They ain't going too far from one another. They're gonna follow each other through the pack and try to get back to the front. Nick Cannon, David Smeal gonna lead us around through here. What a start for them two. Cannon gets a great run. Smeal's gonna fall right behind me, and they're gonna try to keep these Chevrolet Camaros out front.
2 Chevrolet Camaros lead 2 blue ovals, then another Chevy, 2 blue ovals, and 3 making out that top 10. We only have 3 Toyota Camrys out here tonight. Shane Weldon, one of them, into the garage. Ken Baum Jr., another one of those Camrys, into the garage. Robbie Beisch, right now our only other Toyota Camry out on track, running P20. Continues to work his way up through the pack. Lap 48 out of 120. Battle for the lead starting to heat up. Here comes David Smeal Jr. Same set of tires once again for these top 7 runners.
Everybody on this front 7 here on a different strategy than maybe the ones behind them. Don't seem to be too effective them right now. As you see them kind of all just spreading out here. Cannon's starting to open up the gap on Smeal just a little bit. Running third, that's going to be Tyler Massey. The SSN Harvest Ford Mustang looking to maybe try to make a move on Smeal as they go back into turn number 1.
Heading out of turn number 1, this time into 2 and 3. You got to set up the entry. Really, the exit is the most important part here of 2. As you head your way down that long back straightaway, there you saw Tyler Massey. He opened up that corner, but that allowed Kevin Click to close ever so slightly right back in. Kevin Click, blue oval, Ford Mustang, number 25, showing up to P4. How about Justin Gibbs? Shark that smells blood in the water right now for 39 as well.
Sean, are you one of those you really want to get to the apron first and you kind of diamond the corner, which what I mean by diamond is you're going to stick it to the outside, kind of hit the apex of the corner, get to the bottom, and then just kind of let the car roll back up.
Well, real quick, if we hop on board with Kyla McCarthy here, take a look, and well, we're going to see the difference here between them. This is a little bit earlier entry here, not quite the diamond that you're talking about there, Justin. But with the later corner entry, later corner exit, you have a little bit of availability to diamond them here tonight from Indy. You can run that higher line. I don't know, I try to get the left sides about just damn near touching that concrete strip on the apron. But it's so hard, especially in a fixed official race where you're running just about, 30 laps? These drivers running 120 laps here tonight. Speed, the test of not only speed, but as well as mental physique, as well as physical physique here. Speaking of that, side by side there between Matthew Fitz, Jimmy Barr. Not quite trading paint just yet, but damn near close to it out of turn number 4. What about you though, Justin?
I think I'm more of the sticking on the bottom and just make it work. I don't really like diamond the corner here just because you're going to have such a run coming off. You can really make the car drift up the racetrack, and you can collect that wall. And like we've said time and time again, that'll end your night pretty quick.
Michael Zuver hard contact as we have George Wood spinning right behind him. No caution yet, but this should bring one out as we got the front hood up. Michael Zuver, he can't see where he's going, boys and girls. Still green on the racetrack. Oh, there you go.
Somebody done knocked the hood pins out of that bad boy.
Back out here for the race lead. There you see it. Now the caution flag is thrown. Nick Cannon, David Smeal Jr., Tyler Massey, our top 3 runners. Finally, I know for the dancing lovers there in YouTube land, we finally got the disco ballin' figured out. Oh no, it only took me almost half of the race. Had to compromise a little bit other functionalities of the broadcast, but thought I'd just throw that out there real quick. I think this all started Joshua Gaiman. I'm showing in my timing and scorings. Joshua had gone off the track here, and I think George Wood as well as Michael Zuver here are all just drivers with nowhere to go as we are heading upwards of 200 miles an hour. Here is Gaiman here. Remember, he already has heavy damage. Nope, it looks like it was Zuver who started this. As you saw, that the hood pin's already up. Whose job is that again? Who was supposed to put those in this weekend?
The crew guys, and they missed it. It's probably sitting in their pocket in the fire seat.
All right, well, let's bring it up here. Oh, okay. I don't think it was the crew members' fault in lack of hood pins or even the driver here. That looks like pretty heavy contact with, is that Kyler McCarthy there? Golly.
That was a hit and a half.
I'll tell you, that's Michael Zuver is going to have a sore wrist there in the morning here. We'll take another look at it here because once again, it's just things happen so fast. There's really nothing you can do right now, though, in terms of real lifetime. Looks like Tyler Massey, Jimmy Barr, and Jeremy Zarfos. Looks like Robbie Bice all heading into pit lane. Here we go, another look at it. I'm gonna have to rewind it one more time so we get a little bit better look at it here. So that sound you hear is the 98.6 going around Michael Zuver, and then lots of these drivers looks like nowhere to go. Who is that? George Wood. He misses every spin there, but he's gonna go for a spin himself. Looks like no damage.
He just kind of, evasive actions kind of won the race there. Sofa King number 68 Hot Rod. I think, he's at full speed there, and you kind of tap the brakes there a little bit, and it's going to upset the car. It's just going to kind of spin around. I think George will be okay. Unfortunately, going to put you at the back of the pack, but, a clean race car at the back of the pack is better than a wrecked race car in a garage.
Hey, well said there. A little crew chief action there. Justin, before we get going, back to some green flag action, I'd like to ask you, man, how is your, I think you do a little bit of commentated work there for some drag racing, I do believe. How is that going for you, man? Everything working out?
NASCAR racing a while, it's kind of that part of the season for us where I'm crewing a lot. So that's kind of been keeping me busy. Hopefully getting back to the track, doing some commentating here real soon, and looking forward to it. If anybody out there knows somebody that needs an announcer for a race, tell them to hit me up. I don't mind traveling just a little bit as long as we can work a deal. Listen, I'll fly out Friday, my first time ever flying a plane. I am nervous as all get out. I've never flown in a plane, and I don't do heights, so as long as they don't stick me out the window, I'll be all right.
I'm right there with you. I don't do heights, and I was once scared of the old aviation, but hey, hopefully you got nothing. I don't think you got anything to worry about. It's only over to San Antonio. And what is that again for a daggum beauty pageant? What are we doing, y'all? Just kidding. That's really cool tonight. Yeah. Hopefully you have a good time.
Well, listen, man, I got a lot of flack for it at work. Like, why are you fighting? I said, for a beauty pageant. They're like, why are you going to? My sister. Listen, man, my sister is in a pageant out there. It's a big opportunity for her. So we don't get along most of the time, but I'm going out there maybe for the other beautiful women. I'm just kidding. Nah, we're going out there to support. Gonna try to bring a win home to Alabama. I'll fight one of the judges if they don't give it to her. We'll slip them a 20 or something, maybe help her out.
There you go. I like the way you think.
All right, I think we asked this a couple weeks ago in our Bump and Run series on Tuesday night. But if you're in YouTube chat, I've got a question for you. You're a NASCAR driver and you got a walkout song. What is your walkout song? So they're going to play a little snippet from a song, and you got to walk out to it. What is your walkout song?
God, sorry, my gears are spinning. That's why I just went absolutely quiet. I don't know. I'm going to continue to think about that, but what's yours, Justin? If you had to choose one out of all of them.
I'm going Fuel by Metallica.
Oh, give Justin fuel, give him fire, give him all what he desires, I think. Is that how that goes?
Yep.
Or all that Justin desires. Well, as you bring up some Metallica action here, we lost a good one a couple weeks ago. The Prince of Darkness, the man himself, Ozzy Osbourne. Real quick, a little shout out to the man himself, as all of these drivers, they have mental wounds still healing, driving them insane. I'll tell you what, Justin, this race restart, we're gonna see the rails go off the rails for this crazy train here. Nick Cannon, David Smil Jr., Kevin Click, Ryan Sword. How about Caitlin Haight, though? She's still up here in it within the top 5. Green flag is out in 3, 2, 1. Once again from the Indianapolis 300 here from the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series.
Back to the green flag we go. We're going to see the 7 of Nick Cannon get up there with teammate David Smil. Actually, I don't know if they're teammates, but we're going to assume they are. Cannon going to block the top, go back to the bottom. Oh, Smil, the 25 of Click going to get together going off in there. That's going to open the door for Cannon. He's going to get a clean run off of 2 side-by-side. Down the back stretch they go. Everybody kind of trying to figure out. We're almost a single file back through there. Don't look now, but that 11 hot rod is up to 4th. That is Caitlin Haight. She is making moves left and right, so keep an eye on number 11 machine.
Shell Pennzoil on the side of it. How badass would that be if Caitlin's able to bring Shell to a win here from the Brickyard? We continue to see Caitlin run very matter of fact, top 3, top 5 here. Remember, just a week ago, she finished top 3 there from Dover Motor Speedway. Got the pace here tonight as she continues to reel in Kevin Click. A little bit newer tires. Matter of fact, I believe 8-lap newer tires than the top 3. Will we see number 11 back to victory lane here tonight, or will it be another driver on a nice strategy call? Speaking of nice strategy call, Matthew Fitz. He's another driver sprinkled down in here. We got some drivers on a little newer tires. We got some on a little older tires. There you see bottom right. Matthew Fitz running 8th right now. He's got new tires up in front of him. He's got Lucas Nilgis right there, as well as Brett Strickler behind him on also newer tires, trying to run away. So that we got some side-by-side up here for the race lead. 3 wide for the race lead. Holy
cow. Caitlin in the catbird seat. She's going to try to pick them off. Here comes Kevin Click to the front. Nick Cannon in second. David Smil in third.
How about that move and a half? 3 wide down and heading into turn 1. Kevin Click out to the race lead. Here comes Nick Cannon up top. David Smil Jr. out at the bottom. Caitlin Haight, she is the shark that smells the blood in the water. Back up to P4.
She is coming hard. She's going to have to kind of check up there. She's going to let Cannon back in line. This top 3, if you remember running on an old set of tires, Caitlin's going to have a heck of a run as they come off of 4. Don't look now, but this gap right here back really all the way to 8 is less than a second separated. They're all nose to tail as they dive bomb back into turn number 1.
There you see it. Justin, you asked me earlier, what line do you run? We saw out of that left rear shot of our race leader, Kevin Click. There you see it from our spectator cam as well. You want to run that inside concrete line. Get those tires just as close as you can. Justin, explain to the fans here, the boys and girls, sim racing fans of all ages, what are we starting to see when we see the race leader start to snake down the long back straightaways here?
You're going to see him maybe go down towards the inside wall. We talked about this at the top of the show. They're going to kind of go down towards the wall, break up the air that is kind of giving some momentum to the car behind them, breaking it up, snaking behind me. That car can't get a great draft coming down the front stretch, so it's going to kind of break it up, make sure they can't get right to your bumper. It's quick and let us back off into turn number 1.
Well said there, Justin. You got to remember here, we are laser scan tracks, physics that cannot be beat with any other racing simulator. Matthew Fitz was just looking side by side. Speaking of those physics that cannot be beat, you do run side by side. You're just losing out there on the driver in front of you, at least here from Indy. There's so much air that gets broken up here at 200 miles an hour. We're dropping it down to 150, 160 heading into the drop a gear and disappear turns of 1 and 3. Kevin Gibney Jr. up here back into P11th as once again you start to see some weaving, jeeving, and jiving down the back straightaway. Kevin Click, David Smeal Jr. right now separated by just over 1/10 of a second. How about Caitlin Haight able to work her way back around and up to P3?
To P3 she comes, and Kyler McCarthy going to get the old 1-2 special. We're going to check back out. You can see him. He's full throttle down right here. Kind of got the left foot hovering over the brake pedal. Don't really got to use it a whole lot as you're checking in with Mike Zuber up there. Hate it for you, Mike. Appreciate you tuning in with us.
Golly, Kyler McCarthy down the inside of Ryan Sword there. I'm glad that we got at least the foot cam. Looking like some big cojones for the 24. Back up to where he started, and also the second best driver on this newer strategy with newer Goodyear Racing Eagles.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the strategy here. Newer set's going to belong to Haight and McCarthy. Sorted. Click, Schmiel, all kind of on an older set there. So these new Goodyears kind of working to the advantage of Caitlin. Kyler's still dealing with some traffic there, trying to get back to the front row.
And you talk traffic, and that's with all due respect. I mean, Nick Cannon, he continues to put really nice pace here with Goodyear Eagles that are a little bit older than Kyler McCarthy. But I think that's why you use the word traffic, Justin. If you're Kyler McCarthy right now, you're trying to drop a gear, disappear, work your way up through the race pack. As we just now work halfway through, we are side by side once again for the race lead. Kevin Click, he's up top. Here comes David Smeal getting a shove from Caitlin Haight down the front stretch, still side by side. Remember earlier on in the race, Ken Baum Jr. as well as race leader Joshua Gaiman, both of those drivers fighting for the race lead side by side. Both ended up getting taken out here. David Smeal Jr. gonna take it away from Kevin Click.
Down the back stretch we go. You got a whole lot of action going on behind the leader. You got Click trying to get back to the race lead, but he's got a whole lot of rear view mirror. Caitlin Haight. You got Gibson 4th, Cannon 5th, McCarthy in 6th, Sword in 7th, Strickler 8th, Fitz in 9th, and they'll just in 10th. That number 10, or that number 11, Hot Rod's got a lot of steam behind her. And she's doing everything she can right now to kind of follow this 25 and look for an opportunity to try to get the second position.
As we continue to battle up here for P2, 3, and 4th on back. Unfortunately for 22nd down there, just now showing Robbie Bice. This has got to be an unconventional pit stop there for the number 28. Our last Toyota Camry on track. That looks like it's some pretty heavy damage, I think, for Bice.
Yeah,
What's
Robbie,
the deal with the
down.
Toyota Camrys here tonight, Justin? Only Chevys and Fords are left.
I think the Toyota's having a rough week going at it.
Oh, sure. They'll get top 5 off in qualifying for the real Brickyard 400. Matter of fact, coming away with the race win with Bubba Wallace. Congratulations, number 23. But to back out here, even within the sim world, it's a matter of flopped on our heads here tonight. No Toyota Camrys left on the racetrack.
So here we go. We're looking inside, outside. Sword looking to try to get right by Kyler McCarthy. Not going to be able to get the pass there as he's going to have to go on the defense. Strickler going to be on his back bumper. Strickler going to look maybe to the inside to get down to this corner and try to hit him with a crossover move. No, sir. He's going to wait and bide his time, look for a better opportunity to look for the pass.
Did you see 2 turns ago? There's another one. A wiggle, a jiggle and jive for that number 94 blue oval. That's I'm starting to keep my eye on that here. Oh no! God, no! This time it's Jimmy Barr. Driver out of Danville, Pennsylvania is going to go around. Goodness gracious! If nobody clipped there what I said earlier on in the race about Justin when you asked me about my over/under on cautions here tonight, so we're about double than what I was originally thinking. Goodness gracious! All right,
I was wrong.
let's see what happened to him here. Chad Engel involved. There's Jimmy Barr heading into, I believe this is turn number 3. There you see tire smoke out of all 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles. Tries to get it locked down, but as you head up in front of the pack, who gets caught up in it? Nobody? Nobody? So
Not
far,
a
nobody?
soul.
Oh. Okay. Well, that wasn't that bad. Sorry, I was showing Chad Engel also involved in a little... Oh. There's Chad Engel's incident. We'll take a look at it here. Apologies there, folks. All right, so here, that's the number 12 of Jimmy Barr already spinning around. Here comes Chad. He tries to work his way through it, tries to make the Tyler Massey line work. Oh, contact with Gaiman, as well as the 10 gets contact as well for Daniel Holdcroft. Ah, you got to hate that for these drivers. Quite a few of them that were making their way back up through the race pack.
Yeah, a lot of the guys in the back of the pack been having to play Frogger back there with everybody else going around and around and around. Gaiman and oh no, brother, he's around. A little bump. Listen here, brother, not a good look, brother.
Is that Cletus?
A whole lot of arca braking going on. A whole lot of arca braking. Blink.
That's a great way to describe it.
So here we go. Kevin Click to come in and get a fresh set of Goodyears. There's Ryan Sword going to the same direction. Dakota Coon going to come in behind him. Nick Cannon right there. Matthew Fitz, George Wood, all coming in for some service.
Driver there out of South Bend, Indiana. Once again, Matthew, this is one of those drivers as well as the league owners here tonight. We appreciate everything that you do there behind the scenes. Drivers, we appreciate you showing the skills here tonight as we continue to run side by side. Sponsors and affiliates up there in the top right, of course, could not be doing it without them. Be sure you glance up there at least every now and then. As well as, come on now, once again, the 22 of you live in YouTube lands right now. Still got YouTube chat popping off. It's once again, I got to make the reminder each time now. We are live on the vertical broadcast as well. If you've joined us there within the YouTube Shorts broadcast, make sure you mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast. We got Peter Slowick, Terry Stam popping off here in the YouTube lands. Carrie C hanging out here with us as well. So is Michael Zuver. Michael says, okay, it's so hard to catch up here. Michael Zuver is in YouTube chat. Let's see here. Okay, it's like reading a textbook here as we're late. But once again, it was shouting out to everybody who makes it happen. Terry saying, can't hear me. Okay. See what I mean? It's so hard to catch up here once we do get going. Justin, who is possibly, I know it's still very early in this race, just over halfway, but as we continue to have strategy calls here, David Smeel, Justin Gibbs on really old tires, who is your one to watch?
I believe right now there's 2 drivers you got to keep an eye on, obviously the 11 and the 24. I think those 2 are your 2 fastest. But hey, don't count out this number 27. David showed a lot of speed these last 2 restarts, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see him maybe dabble it, keep it up here with these 2 really fast hot rods. So we see some speed out of Click. He's went to the back, got a fresh set of tires, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see him start making some moves coming all the way through here.
Right there with you. I think my one to watch was the old Caitlin Hates machine. She's worked her way back up to P2, but has the unfortunate start of the outside row. And then new tires start to work their way back up and through about Dakota from 10th on back. We'll have to see how the different strategy calls continue to work their way up here tonight, because we got strategies all over the place. Not only tire strategies, only 3 sets here in the pits, but as well as fuel. Who has enough to make it to what point in the race, and then probably have one more stop after that. Just over halfway to go here in YouTube land at STAM Studio Network at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Got the Indy 300 here tonight. David Smeal Jr., Caitlin Haight will start out here on the front row. Kylan McCarthy, Justin Gibbs, Brett Strickler, Lucas Nilgis works his way back up to that 3rd starting row. Here we go, Justin, once again, just a few moments away from green flag racing. What are we keeping an eye on this start?
I think just seeing if Smeal can get a good restart. If he can get up in front of Caitlin, I think he'll be okay, but he's got to make sure to keep this thing out front. If he wants to try to maybe have a shot at this thing, he's got to get in front of that number 11 hot rod.
Green flag is out once again from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Just over halfway to go. This time it's going to be David Smeal. Caitlin Haight caught sleeping a little bit that restart. Here comes Kyla McCarthy. Lucas Nilgis, a little bit of a shove there into turn number 1. Justin Gibbs going to dive it down the bottom of the hill as we work our way into turns 2 during a long straightaway at the back stretch heading into 3.
He come down the backstrip. Whole lot of rear view mirror for Lucas. He's got a lot of work to get done, but he's got a head of steam going. Smeal gonna have to keep the pedal down as that 11 hot rod coming forward. We got a car off track down there spinning around and around and around. Not to quote the Rat song Round and Round, but somebody off the paint steer. No caution on the speedway.
Dakota,
clean and green.
He keeps it going, thankfully. So, whoo boy, we might get to bed on time tonight here.
Here we go, Smeal still out front. He's on the older set of tires, but he is still making it happen. That number 27 hot rod. Caitlin Haight looking to do everything she can to try to get by him. We got a new player up here in Gibbs. He was running pretty good in that last little stint. And we got a new player up here in here. We got a running in P5.
Justin Gibbs up there to P3, our second to biggest mover on the night. Kevin Gibney Jr., our biggest mover on the night. They're down up. And, oh no, Kevin Gibney Jr. Call that the Sean and Tater curse. Oh, hard contact. Looks like Chad Engel involved as well. So is the 10 once again.
Oh, 91 going to get involved there late in the action.
God, that was the worst case of a Sean and Tater curse I think I had ever seen. I saw Kevin Gibney Jr. up in the green. He was our biggest mover here tonight. Unfortunately, no longer so here for the driver out of Rivier, Massachusetts, I do believe that is. Look at his nickname up there at the top right of that graphic, the Masshole Menace. Unfortunately, the Masshole Menace gets involved here tonight. Real quick, before we take a look at this cause for caution, this is the this is the wreck that didn't bring out a caution. Oh, Nick Cannon gets turned around. Dakota Kuhn involved up in it as well. I think this starts with... Apologies here, Justin.
He hung on to it very well.
Here.
Holy cow. He could have spun that baby around, collected a whole lot of wall. Looks like I think he was trying to go to the bottom, maybe try to do the S's, try to be still a little snaky snake, but it didn't work out as the 7 hot rod was down there. 7 going to get down there in the grass, and 95 going to lose it and just kind of collect a 7. The 7 going to go head on into the barrier. That's a hit and a half.
Hopefully that's a safer barrier down there. And then this isn't over yet. Here comes Dakota. He slides up the racetrack. That's what didn't bring out the yellow. Here is what did bring out the yellow, though. This is with Joshua Gaiman, Kevin Gibney Jr., really the cause of it all here.
Let's take a look at this. We're looking at the 35 here. He's trying to keep it down. That 31 going to come right up.
Sorry. I'll back it up here, boys and girls. Sorry. All right, here's a better look at it.
There goes Gibney around. He's spinning on the bottom. Fixing to come back up the racetrack. Better watch it. 35's got nowhere to go, and he's going to get banged in there. Really good. Holy cow.
Smack him with your purse, says Kevin Gibney Jr. out of the race. Oh, that's the big one here tonight from the Indy 300. That's 435 drivers involved. Also, Brody Green looks like as he tries to work his way through it. Here's one last look.
Yeah, I think the 38 maybe come down a little bit, didn't time it just right, and everybody can go around. And it's going to be a big one. 31 going to have to tow. I think that 10 going to collect some damage. The 91 going to collect some damage. Just a unfortunate turn of events for a little bit of everybody there.
Real quick, did the 31 get turned here from the 38? One more look at it here. We'll slow it and woe it down. Oh, man, 38 hard under the wall. That's what ends up sending Kevin Gibney Jr. right around.
Yeah, he kind of just wrong space, wrong time, and he's going to get collected big time into this.
Bink, bonk, boom.
Bada bing, little bit of bink, little bit of boom, little bit of bop, and everybody going to get involved.
Well, after this pit stop strategy, we knew it coming into the race here tonight. It would be the name of the game. Brett Strickler, Andrew May, Brody Green, Kevin Gibney Jr., Chad Engel, Nick Cannon. I think these are all drivers that were just involved in this last wreck. As now, I don't know about you, Justin, but you got to save at least one set for a late race caution. I know quite a few of these drivers, unless that they just did come down to fuel up their next-gen car with Sunoco race fuel. I know a couple of drivers that are already probably on to their last sets already.
Yeah, these guys have got a whole lot of racing on these tires, so I think you're going to have to maybe save a set. You're going to have to take it easy these next, really 50 laps or so, because you don't want to have to wear it out too much earlier on this run and not have a set there for the end, because it could come worse quick, fast, in a hurry, and next thing you know, you out there on some old ones, everybody else on a new one, you'll be going to the back real quick like.
No, we just talked about the ones to watch here, but still, we really have to keep an eye on both the 11 and the 24. Remember, they stayed out both those, I think it was the first three cautions in the race. They were able to save a set. David Smeel Jr., Justin, I know that's another driver that you said we got to keep an eye on here tonight out of Pennsylvania. I don't think is on that same tire strategy. I think he's got one more set burnt up than Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy. Real quick before we get moving, Green and Mean once again. Carrie C is laughing her butt off here in YouTube land. Michael Zuver still hanging out as well. Peter Slowick so far. Oh, Carrie C. She's got the top running spot there within our top YouTube fans there within the live YouTube chat. P2 right now belonging to Mrs. Terry Stam, and then Miss Terry Stam, and then the one, the only, I believe that is Peter there in the third running spot there for the top three fans there tonight in YouTube land. We greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate the cardboard cutouts that have packed the stands here tonight as well in the virtual Indy. Here we go once again, Justin. David Smeel Jr. as well as Justin Gibbs, both drivers on the inside row. They are on the pretty bad tire deficits here tonight. Gonna have to see if this one goes green this time or green for a little bit longer, as we are a few feet away from green flag racing. Once again, Barney, start to wave it loud and proud. Here we go once again, up through the gears. Second, working up to fourth, and then fifth down that back straightaway. David Smeel Jr. able to hop out of front. Here comes Justin Gibbs, able to wrap it out around the inside line of Kyler McCarthy. Here comes Lucas Nilgis as well. He tries to look down the inside of Kyler, doesn't have it yet. Kyler's going to get loose. Here we go, almost too wide for the third and fourth spot.
I'd hate to have to be a spotter, because I bet you're giving your driver an earful as they go around through here. We are 73 laps into this 120 lap feature here tonight. Everybody kind of getting them spread out.
Oh!
Buddy. Oh, Gibbs going to get a whole lot of wall there. He's going to go to the inside. Hopefully didn't just knock the wheel out of alignment. But that 39 is going to go to the inside. He may have to hit pit road here and get it figured out. 39 going to hit pit road. That's going to move Kyler McCarthy up to third as he'll have his sight sets on the 11 machine.
Remember, race leader right now in a little older set of Goodyear Racing Eagles, Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, Lucas Nilgis, all pitted lap 44. But then you start to look, hey, Kevin Click, even Jeremy Zarfos, Ryan Sword, Matthew Fitz, all of these drivers on even newer set tires. Then you start to look at Tyler Massey on back. Those are the drivers on the newest sets of Goodyear Racing Eagles. But we've seen tonight here, Justin, really tires aren't all the name of the game. I think the clean air is the name of the game, as well as kind of where you start on this race restart. It's so hard to pass once we are up to speed here tonight. Tyler Massey continues to show us how it's done here, as well as show us how it's done. Caitlin Haight, David Smeal backing up to the race lead. Looks like that's going to be Caitlin Haight stealing it away from David Smeal. A little bit newer set of tires.
Here we go, new leader out front and Caitlin Haight. Let's go back and look at it. She's going to have a heck of a run as they go down the front stretch. David not going to have a whole lot of room to block there. She's going to complete the pass as they go back off into one. She's going to make it stick, and Smeal going to have to settle into second and go to work, figuring out how to run her down. But don't look now. Here comes that number 24 Hot Rod. He was making a head of steam trying to get up to the front row there.
You know what I really noticed there in that race replay? David Smeal Jr., he didn't really opt to cutting off the draft down that long front straightaway. I wonder if that is what kind of allowed Caitlin Haight to come in with such a run of steam. As she was almost looking for the back-to-back wins. If it wasn't for Dover, it would be back-to-back. But right now, she finished podium spot there once again. Dover third place. Then 2 weeks ago, came away with the race win. Burnt it down from the drag strip from Sonoma Raceway. Right now, Caitlin Haight back out to the race lead. And let's take a look at that race restart real quick, at least after Justin Gibbs got hard into the outside wall. There you see it there. That's going to be a knock out of the toe link and a half for the number 39. Justin, that sucks for the Justin machine. He had some real nice pace, but unfortunately going to take it down and into the pits, out of the race.
Yeah, that one really knocked the toe link out of it. I mean, knocked the toe link in, knocked the wheel alignment off. I mean, knocked everything it could just about out of it. But tough race there for Justin. Hope to see him at Iowa next week.
And you may be asking, that's seriously? That is all it takes? Well, you got to remember, that is about 170, 180 miles an hour pancaked on the outside wall with with this toe link suspension that's about as fragile as your big toe there. You stub it and your whole next season pretty much, well, your race you could call it, will be absolutely done with. Right now, the only side-by-side action on the track here, Matthew Fitz continuing to shove it down that would be the outside line. Ryan Sword right there in front of Jimmy Barr and Matthew Fitz. Jimmy Barr shoved it down the inside line of Matthew Fitz. These drivers are on the same pit stop strategy, at least as tires go. Last pitting on lap 65, Ryan Sword, Jimmy Barr, so is Matthew Fitz. And then behind him, we still have Stan Mayberry, Tyler Massey, still not really able to make any gains. But I know I mentioned they pitted on lap 70. At this point, I'm curious if they actually did take any tires or if it was just a Sunoco race fuel stop here as we continue to look at right now Kyler McCarthy, like you said, Justin, working his way back up through the race field, all the way back up to P3.
Doing everything he can to try to run down that number 27 Hot Rodder David Smeal. Smeal kind of looking forward, and Caitlin has kind of checked out on him, so now he's going to have to play defense. Tyler doing everything he can. You notice a lot of these guys aren't downshifted, keeping it fifth as they go around through there, because you can kind of have a heck more of a, I guess you don't have to shift as much, but really getting on the rev limiter as they dive off into one, they roll it down. Going to keep it in fifth gear. You can't really bump it down too much here to fourth. We're going to keep it in fifth, rolling around through here to see if he can try to get to the front.
As we continue to hop on board with Kyler McCarthy, remember, this is one of the drivers that we do see. Oh, sorry, we're gonna have to shrink it here as we've had Jeremy Zarfos. Excuse, I think that was the driver. No, that was Michael Zuver, excuse me, who was the other driver in the cam. So that's why I had to make the quick adjustment. Anyways, take a look at and just listen here. There you see a slight dab of the brake. That's what it takes to drive these next gens here. Justin, I know you know as well as us race fans here, it is micro adjustments on the steering wheel, micro throttle and brake adjustments here. Look at the brake, look at his left foot. Just a little ding, about 15-20%. Trail braking it into turn one, and matter of fact, every turn here tonight. These Indianapolis 4 turns here from this 2.5 rectangle here, Justin, you know what it's starting to remind me of? A little bit of road course racing action. We see Kyler McCarthy setting it up a little bit like road course. Shane Van Gisbergen had a real nice race on Sunday. I think that's why we're starting to see why.
Yeah, he's starting to kind of gonna have to figure out a different line. You're gonna have to push the envelope a little bit further as this race pushes on. Laps are starting to wind down, so you're gonna have to maybe find a little bit less brake pedal, a whole lot more gas pedal to figure out where you can maybe make it up to somebody. Kyler going to lose a little bit of ground there to the 27. They come off a 4 and back down the front stretch.
Also shouting out Ryan Sort. Oh, God. Dang it, boys. Okay, I'll be right back to it. Looks like, no, Lucas Nilgis this time. I don't know if he was trying to come to pit lane or what, but you saw at the rear kind of camera shot there as we were just on it. Lucas Snell just down and around in front of the entrance to pit lane. No, this is up to speed for that yellow submarine. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, he might be dead, Justin. Oh, no.
It's a concussion protocol. We'll see you at the doctor on Monday.
Hop on board. Take a look and a listen here, boys and girls. Oh. Golly, Lucas, remember our pole sitter here tonight, down and out of the race just over halfway. All right, Caitlin Haight.
You're not happy. You're not happy. You was pulling away and you had a ways to go. So you got to keep your head on the swivel here, because the more as this race lines down, tires get worn out, we're liable to see people losing it coming off the corner even more. So they're going to have to play it smart. Really, these top 3, I'll be interested to see who stays out here or even maybe comes in.
So this is, I guess right now it is updated, but as these drivers make their way down and through pit lane in a few moments' time, it won't be. But for the moment, remember, Kevin Click, I would expect to see everybody who you see a 65 around their name stay out here. So that's Kevin Click. Also got Ryan Sword. They're going to be Jimmy Barr, Matthew Fitz there within the top 8. But remember, Caitlin Haight, her and Kyler McCarthy stayed out for so long earlier on in this race. Right now, they're looking like mathematicians as they made their way backing up to the top 3 spots for each one of these drivers. You said it best there, Justin. It's going to be real interesting. Here we go. Pit lane's open. Does Caitlin Haight make that hard left and into pit lane?
She is going to dive off, get a set of good gears. Let's go on board. Got the driver Kim here. She's going to go down through the gears. Get her woed up here. Make sure to hit your marks. Don't speed. Don't speed. Don't speed. Don't need the speeding police out here.
Wee woo. We see Terry talking about the old coppers here. Hopefully they're not out there in your morning drive to work there. We see Terry saying that she drives like Caitlin Haight on the way to work the mornings there. Oh, well, that's real nice there. Knock on wood. No wee-woos for the old Terry mobile. Caitlin, everybody down to Lucas. So Kevin Click, Brett Strickler, David Smeal Jr., Andrew May, Tyler Massey, Brody Green, Lucas Nilgis, all down and into pit lane. Looks like Kevin Gibney Jr. as well as George Wood, though, they're still out on the racetrack, hoping for a little bit of lucky dog action here. Looks like Dakota Kuhn is going to beat Caitlin off pit road, but Caitlin right there for that P2 off pit road. David Smeal Jr., Kyler McCarthy, Tyler Massey, Brody Green rounding out that top 12. Justin, everybody down there in YouTube land, right now you got a second or two. We're going to take another word from one of our sponsors, enjoy it while it lasts here. Grab yourself another drink, grab yourself a snack. You're not going to want to miss a thing here from the second half of this race. Justin and I will be right back with you up here in the booth.
Yeah, bro.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. Got the Sean and Tater, Stam and Tater, and the Justin Yam and Tater up here in the commentator booth. Also, I'm on the production side of things here behind the scenes, so I apologize once again for the disco, but at least we haven't had it in a few moments' time. We got YouTube land popping off here as I finally have had a moment to catch up here. Talk about that bottom driver cam. Apparently, got some Kyler McCarthy, some feet fans here. What? All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get those off the screen here. Jeremy Zarfos, Ryan Sword are leading us here in the front row. But don't count out Jimmy Barr. Remember, Justin, he spun just a couple. Well, you call it a couple laps ago. He spun earlier on in the race. So far, Jimmy here up to P3. One of the league owners, Matthew Fitz, here up to P4, the 69 Chevrolet Camaro.
Looks the new players going to come up here and try to battle it out. We've got some old players in the back trying to get to the front with some new tires on there. We'll see how this plays out here. I think if you put it there, this might be your last one for the night unless we've got a late race one. Should be able to make it on fuel tire where you're going to be suspicious about. Back to the green flag we go.
Jeremy Zarfos, Jimmy Barr. How about Stan Mayberry? The field is stacked up here within mid-pack. We're going to somehow funnel it down back to 2 wide into turn 1. Matthew Fitz, Kevin Click, Caitlin Haight is also within this hornet's nest as well.
Yes. What a mess back there. Caitlin going to go to the inside of Kevin Click. 24 going to follow behind. David Smith looking the inside of the 17 as we go back into number 3.
Remember, you got to be watching Kyler McCarthy, Caitlin Haight right there. Caitlin sends it down the inside. What a move for the 11 after pitting for newer Goodyear Racing Eagles. She works her way back up to P6. Kevin Click is the only driver separating her and Kyler McCarthy. I think the driver's on the best strategy call here tonight. You know what else isn't a good strategy call, or a good strategy call, a great one. Right now, Jeremy Zarfos able to take away that race lead, trying to run away in clean air from Jimmy Barr, Stan Mayberry, Ryan Sword, Matthew Fitz, all in our top 5.
Nobody giving way any which way, how, or to today, or whatever. Looks like Zarfos, after a couple early spins, Baller with a couple early spins there up front. They have checked out from third. Mayberry, Stan Mayberry, that is. I miss Mayberry, sitting on the porch drinking ice cold cherry. He is hanging on to that third spot, but he's got a hold on a rear view mirror of Ryan Sword and Matthew pits holding down the 5th row.
Another thing I'm taking a note of here, Justin, we really don't see the snake effect here on the race start as we work our way back up through the gears and try to disappear. But we do start to see it once these drivers start to get in a little bit more of a run here within a little bit more momentum up there, as well as, well, you start to see that Stan Mayberry completely missed the turn here. I think you're looking for a little bit of a rhythm to get here in here mentally. We really haven't had the chance to get into a rhythm as we've had so many cautions. Stan Mayberry missing the last turn there. There you see the consequence of it. Here comes Ryan Sword, that number 94 blue oval, trying to take it down into the inside line. Caitlin Hates also at the head of steam. 3,500 oval I rating going to work here for Caitlin. She's gonna do it. She's gonna send it to at least, oh, taking it back up to it. Side by side here for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8 on back.
Sword with the late block there. Going to slow down the momentum of that number 11 hot rod. He's going to go to the bottom, trying to get it there. Throw off the steam that the 11 has, but he's going to have to try to hold off her. She has got a whole lot of speed. If you look back there, it looks like the 24 is maybe doing a little bit of bump draft behind Kevin Click. We're going to see what's happening. He's going to throw the block. They go back into 3. Fitt's going to go to the bottom.
Oh! Who is it? Kevin Click's going to go around. Yaman Tater curse is strong. Oh, no. Brody Green in it as well.
George Wood going to lock him up right there.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I think George is okay. I don't think he got anything. I think he just locked him up to make sure he didn't get into it.
That's the second time there from George Wood tonight. Remember, he did that about 2 cautions ago.
Yeah, he locked him up. No incident recounted, but it's still going to count on the point sheet, and they're going to count you in the caution just for locking them up and spinning them with everybody else. Let's go back and look here at our caution. 25 of Kevin Click going to go to the block. I don't know if he had some help there or what.
Well, already the dirty air off the rear end of the Matthew Fitz machine. There's just no turn for that 25. There you see the 24 helping a little bit there in entry. And then I think, oh, Kyler's going to, matter of fact, does he miss it? Whole new pair of undies for Kyler. Tyler might need one as well.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of just a chain reaction. Fitz maybe had to get on the brakes just a little bit. That's going to slow up the 25, slow up the 24, and the 24 is not going to get the brakes fast enough. That's going to spin the 25 around, and fortunately for Kevin, he was leading up front just a couple of cautions ago. Come in pit road, going to put him at the back of the pack. Let's go on board with him here. Who are we on board here? We're on board with George Wood. He can see this wreck happening up there in the front. Yeah, you can get down there in that grass. That grass is slick. George's going to get them locked up in time and hopefully not get any more of that.
One more look at it here. It'll be a little... Oh, okay. Sorry. One more look at it here. Kevin Click, he's going to just have nowhere to go after a little bit of help there from the 24. And then boom!
An old racing incident.
All right, back out to live here, Justin. Even more pit stop. I would hate to be a pit crew member, not only already, but especially tonight, Justin. Goodness gracious. We got how many? Probably 7 cautions. Lots of these drivers making their way down and around town again. Brett Strickler, Dakota Kuhn, Jeremy Zarfos, Matthew Fitz, Stan Mayberry, Brody Green, Jimmy Barr. Looks like it'll be Dakota who leads him out and off of pit lane. Jimmy Barr right there behind him. Beside him is Ryan Sword.
Everybody can come in and get some fresh good years. It's going to cycle out some new folks up front. This group behind them going to fall back. Have to try to figure it out. Maybe mix it up a little bit here. Start driving a little bit more aggressive than you normally would.
Speaking of aggressive driving, if you guys like not only the left and right turns here tonight, stick with us on Stam Studio Network in about an hour. Yeah, in an hour and 45 minutes exactly. I'm going to be live again here on SSN. got the Apex Motor Club. Lots of those drivers are real-life Mazda MX-5 Cup drivers. If you want to go see them conquer and try to take on the Charlotte Roval, be sure you join me there. It's only a 45-minute long race. They're in the old Arizona, California times. That's why it's so late. But that's going to be a fun one to watch there for anybody who's looking just to drift off, do some racing. I don't think you're going to be able to slowly drift off, though, if you're watching that. It'll be lots of side-by-side, lots of drafting, lots of yelling. Speaking of drafting, we continue to see it here tonight, Justin. We had a little bit of snaking earlier on in the race, a little bit of, you're not going to take my draft. Okay, well, you won't take mine as well. We really haven't seen it on these get up to speed laps. Hopefully, I'm begging for mercy here, boys and girls. At least we get a couple laps under green here.
Maybe soon enough we'll get a quick little run here. So here we go. Re-rack them, restack them. Let's do it all over again. Lights are, I believe, off on the pace car. Yep, lights are off on the pace car. So we're one to go here. Still going to be on the outside, Haight on the inside. Kyler going to be in third. Let's see, Kyler Massey in fourth. And some new players fifth on back.
All right, we see real quick before we get started. We still got Zuver, still got Peter, still got Carrie, still got Terry down there, YouTube land. 30 live viewers watching on SSN. Come on now, let's hear it for them. Oh, wait, there you go, sorry. That's how we're hearing it for him. We got the forklift button out for him, not even while while we're reversing. Caitlin Haight, though, remember, her as well as Kyler McCarthy. If you're just now joining us, these are our drivers to watch here tonight. Sure, the top 5 is on 5-lap older tires than everybody else in the field. But we have seen quite a few times here tonight, clean air be the name in the game. I think Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, possibly David Smeal, if he gets up and through the gears, tries to disappear on this race restart. We're going to be looking at the top 3 for the checkered flag here. That's my best prediction.
I think right here, this is going to be the time to get aggressive. You're going to have to put the bumper to somebody. I think now is the time that you aren't going to make friends. You're going to have to maybe do some aggressive driving, maybe a little pit maneuvering. I think now is the go time. You have saved and saved and saved from this moment on. I think it's time you put the hammer down. We're back to green flag racing here at Indy.
Caitlin Haight gets a massive shove there out of Kyler McCarthy as we head our way down into turn 1. David Smeal Jr. Oh, we got one going around. Oh, apologies there for the cameraman. Looks like, is that, I'm trying to tell, is it Ryan Sword? It is Ryan Sword. No, Ryan, no.
Ryan Sword, the Ford Mustang, going to go around there. That'll bring out our 11th caution of the night.
God dang it. At this rate, Justin, I'm getting kind of scared here. I don't know if I'll be able to make the old Charlotte Roval race. Here's a look on board with Ryan Sword as we caught it a little bit late. We'll go to the green flag and take a look, see what happens with Ryan here. Take a look. Well, this is, matter of fact, about middle through the third, fourth portion of the pack. Ryan Sword, number 94, Ford Mustang, about middle of your screen. Here he goes. Oh, contact with Matthew Fitz. Around he'll go.
Yeah, he'll go around. Not like he got the wall at all. Locking it up, make sure you don't hit any other, and everybody going to get around him clean and green. So that's going to restack them. That's going to put the 24 on the outside line the 11 back up the inside. The 27 going to have to figure out a line. I think the 24 is a teammate. So you try to get up to your teammate, or do you help the 11 and try to help yourself?
How about the lockdown work there for Ryan Sword? Even after getting turned, Justin, I mean, he kept it out the outside wall, he kept it out the inside wall, and most importantly, he kept no damage on the number 94. Lives to fight another day.
Yeah, I think right now, I think if you're one of these guys up front, do you use that last set? Do you maybe come in top off? I mean, I think you're good on field, but I'm wondering about them Goodyears. A lot of stop and go racing here. I'm checking our times here. Most of them pitted on lap 82. Everybody, maybe most of the ones up front, I think you still got one set left. I don't believe you come now. I think there'll still be one more caution before this is said and done. I think that'll be your money stop, but I believe everybody's still going to just hang around here, maybe see where it files out too.
Now, Justin, you've used that word a few times, or words, I guess you could say, a few times tonight. What constitutes a money stop? Why is one of those quote-unquote money stops so important? There's a reason they got to have the nickname as the 31. Kevin Gibney Jr. gets the wave around.
So money stop is what we refer to as what the name is. It's your money stop. That is where you make your bread and butter. That's when you pit crews got to be on. You got to hit your marks, get in and out as clean as you can, because that could be constitutional in finishing second or finishing 22nd. So you got to make sure you get your marks, get in and out as fast as you can, and just hope, you maybe take a gamble, maybe take 2 tires and get in front of the leader, or if you're taking 4, make sure don't speed, get on and off, and try to beat the person out in front of you.
Easier said than done, though. You got to hit your marks. You cannot speed by you have a slight margin. But then down there in the pit lane, you have to make sure you get to your pit stop right on the mark. If you run a little bit long, a little bit short there, it's definitely, it'll cost you on time. And if you run too long or too short, the you have to catch neutral, then reverse, and then, back your way back into the box. So there was one more blink there. We're continuing to dance it out here. David Smeal Jr., though, he is one of the teammates, goodness gracious, I do believe, for Kyler McCarthy. Teammates, they'll be starting kind of staggered on this start. Tyler Massey, that Harvest Stam Studio Network Ford Mustang, we saw it have some really nice pace earlier on in the race. Will we continue to see Tyler Massey's pace here? He is on still that 5-lap older tire strategy than the top 5 are compared to everybody else in the field. It's going to be fun to watch. Once again, make sure you got yourself your drink, you got yourself that snack, and got some dancing shoes on here tonight as we continue to disco ball it up here a little bit.
Disco ball ain't never going to hurt nobody at all. I don't believe so. Hey, we still got racing action going on around here, so stick with us, folks, on Stam Studio Network. A lot of action still left to go, and we still got some winners to crown.
Speaking of winners to crown, Justin, good call there, buddy. We got the top 3 drivers to interview just after the checkered flag. Goodness, we're pushing it here right up against the old next broadcast, but we should be A-okay. Do get some more green flag racing. We will see some elbows out. Don't you worry about that. But I think this start, it's going to be one of the most difficult of tonight. We're going to have to see these drivers continue to push each other to their limits. What continues to happen as we are just inching our way ever so closer to the checkered flag tonight.
Trying to get around through here. If you're lap down, trying to get that lap back. Try to get caught back up to the field. 4, 6. We got about probably 15, 16 cars, I'd say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'd say about 16, 17 cars still left on a lead lap. So it'll be fun going around through here. McCarthy going to lean back just a little bit here, maybe check his gear. Heck, he restarts here because this is where the time you've got to hit your marks if you want to have a chance at the checkered flag here tonight.
I noticed Caitlin Haight was just hanging out there in 5th gear around these long pace laps. Clutch in for both Caitlin Haight and Kyler McCarthy as they continue to try and save a little bit of fuel. Here we go. I don't know how the iRacing safety pace cars got enough fuel here to continue to lead some laps, but there you see it. Gonna dive into the safety of pit lane. Caitlin Haight once again, probably 4th time tonight. The field is in your hands. Got 3 Chevrolet Camaros up here on the front row. Tyler Massey, the first Ford Mustang. Green flag is out once again for the Indy 300. Oh, look at David Smeal down around the inside of Kyler McCarthy.
David Smeal is not going to go away. He is going to do everything he can to try to get back to the front. Led some laps earlier on, and he is not relinquishing it too much. He's going to fall right in the wake of Caitlin. But here comes McCarthy, here comes Massey, here comes May, and here comes Dakota. Dakota earlier on in the spin has worked his way up to 6th. How about this run right here? Holy Moses on a rocket power pogo stick. Here comes Strickler and Zarfos.
Strickler, what a run and momentum. Oh, Matthew Fitz. Oh, man, is that Ryan Sword again? No, that's actually Stan Mayberry with a little bit of outside wall contact. Matthew Fitz looked like he was flirting with disaster with that outside wall. We'll have to see if that rear right toe link is destroyed as he tries to hold off Ryan Sword. Here we go, some more side by side. Stan Mayberry, we did see contact with that driver in that outside safer barrier. He's got Brody Green trying to make the inside work. Brody up 13 spots, tied as our biggest mover with Dakota Kuhn here tonight, biggest mover of the race. We're going around again. This time it's going to be 24. Oh, he locks it down. What a save from I believe that was the 41, excuse me, the 91 who barely missed a spinning Kyler McCarthy.
They're going to get it spun around here. Be interested to see if that's just a self spin. Yeah, he just, I think, got a little aggressive there, got back to the throttle just a little bit early. Luckily, no damage there. Going to go in, get that last set of good years as he'll come around. Let's see here. So we work our way through turn 2, or excuse me, through turn 1, come back in. Going kind of arching the corner just a little bit. Going to try to get to the bottom. Let's see here. Does it lock it up here? Are we still green? All right, we're working away. That's 3 and 4 there.
Sorry. That's on me, sorry.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's just a self spin, man. Got kind of down there on the apron. I'm wondering if that apron kind of upset the car just a little bit. Just enough to kind of make it wiggle just a little bit, and that's going to be a self spin. Fortunately for Kyler, had a great hot rod. Going to have some work to do to get back to the front.
There, look at that was the camera shot I was looking for. Apologies for the camera, excuse me, the replay stuff there. But as you see the rear aero flaps sort of come to life there and keep Kyler McCarthy out of the air there as he goes around. Goodness gracious, I think that's the 91 Brody Green who barely missed him. Anyways, that was my favorite camera shot though, Justin, because look, you can see. Well, one more look at it here. Look at the left sides of the Kyler McCarthy machine. He gets on that concrete apron, and that's all it takes around to take.
Take a whole lot, and around he went. So hopefully, hope we can get back up here to the front. He had a lot of steam. Hopefully we can get it figured out here and get it back up here to the front with the other folks.
He's got a little bit of rear damage from when the blue Chevrolet Camaro. I think once again it was 91. I could be wrong. I'm trying to look for him here. No, it was not Brody Green. No blue on his Chevrolet Camaro. There you see is Stan Mayberry, who had a little bit of contact with that spinning Kyler McCarthy. Real quick before we do get going to green flag running, let's hop on board with Stan. This is one of my favorite shots here because, first of all, it conveys how fast things happen. Second, I mean just the sounds. Ooh, that's all it's going to take.
A whole lot, man. You just upset those tires just a little bit, and they're going to go around. So, Sean, here we go. 22 laps to go here at Indy. Ought to be fun to watch. Caitlin kind of has had this lead up front for a little while. She's really made the most of it, but don't count out that 27. He has been knocking at the back bumper, just waiting for an opportunity to get back out to the lead.
Now, before, goodness, it gets hard when you start doing this for longer than 2 hours here. Justin, well, league owners, if you got yourself a copy, you might have to get a little compensation up here in the booth there, running a little bit double long than normal. Anyways, David Smeal, though, that is a driver that I noticed did tap the right side toe with underneath before that competition yellow did come out. You're going to have to see there's really no cosmetic damage to the right side of the nitro number 27, but that now that Kyler McCarthy is, I would call it right now, out of the running for the win of the race. Caitlin Hates now has one less driver to deal with. She's got David Smeal and Tyler Massey, Andrew May to deal with, all left on the same pit stop strategy. But right now, Brett Strickler, Dakota Kuhn, Jeremy Zarfos, Matthew Fitz, Ryan Sword, Brody Green, so on back. All are on newer Goodyear Racing Eagles. Let's get them double stacked and racked. Only one more pace lap to go. 21 laps to go within this race.
laps to go. Laps are clicking off quick, fast, and in a hurry. You better be able to make your mind up on what you want to do, because it's going to get business is going to get booming real quick here soon. You better make sure you are ready to go.
Speaking of ready to go, we're going to take one more break here on SSN. We're working tails off up here. Join Justin Yamentator, the old Sean and Tater up here in just a few moments' time. Be right back with you. Alrighty, you have stuck with us here long enough. Still 30 viewers. Ooh, boy. Thank you all, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for joining in here tonight. Stam Studio Network, my name's Sean Stam. We got the Justin Yamentator himself up here with us. We're working a little bit of overtime here tonight, but that is A-okay. Gonna have Caitlin Haight, David Smeal Jr., Tyler Massey. Remember, only the top 4 right now. Tyler Massey, as well as, Caitlin Haight, David Smeal, Tyler Massey, Andrew May are all, they last pitted lap 82. Everybody from 5th and on back has more race fuel, newer race tires. You're gonna have to see how that strategy plays a factor here tonight. Once again, Geico iRacing safety pace car. Come on, guys, this is the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim League. This is what you have come to see. We have come to see racing, not pacing. Let's get some green flag running this time by Caitlin Haight. Once again, field's in your hands.
Way she goes down to turn 1, we go. Side by side from 4th on back. The outside line going to have a little bit of head of steam. They're going to not be able to clear the inside right there to Dakota's.
Ooh, contact.
He's going to be able to hang it. A little contact there on back. Bobbing and weaving and bobbing, going on to the back of the pack. That's Ryan back on the top. Here comes the 24. He's going to try to get back up to the front, but he's got a lot of cars to pass to try to get there. He's currently running 10th. Now he's going to clear Matthew Fitz. He's got Ryan Sword in front of him, and you got Dakota Coon in front of Ryan Sword, running the 7th spot.
Andrew May saw it at the corner of my eye up here in the booth, just completely blew. Turn number 4, dropped 2 to 3 positions here. Andrew May back to P6, not missing anything up here for the race lead. David Smeal, 2/10 of a second gap over Tyler Massey, with a half second lead for Caitlin Haight. David Smeal Jr., Tyler Massey. Will we see some snaking down the backstretch this time by? Still not quite. Here comes Brett Strickler, Jeremy Zarfos, Andrew May, Dakota Coon, Ryan Sword, Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Click rounding at the top 5 as we're finally starting to get a little bit more single file. As soon as I say that, though, Kyler McCarthy trying to find some pace, some momentum down the outside lines here at Indy.
He is doing everything he can to try to get back up there to the front. He's got a lot of cars to try to get by, but he's going to get his work going as it is falling behind real quick. Caitlin's getting off, but he's got a lot of cars to pass. A little work of the throttle there. Oh, he's going to kind of maybe upset the 25. The 25 going to save it. Don't think the 25 got the outside wall, but I think he's still good.
Golly, somehow, some way.
Quick.
Kevin Click, I thought Kevin was about to get sent around by the Kyler McCarthy machine. Back behind Kyler McCarthy, here comes some more side-by-side. That number 12, as well as Brody Green, 91. 90's going to take that, 91, down and around the outside line. Jimmy down and around the inside line, able to take away P12 away.
A lot of hard racing going on back and forth here. Smeal kind of losing the lead up front. Caitlin kind of separating the gap a little bit there. You go back to Tyler Madsen. You got Strickler in 4th, Darkness in 5th, Megan 6th, Coon 7th, Quick 8th, McCarthy 9th, and Sword in 10th.
That battle for P10 is really starting to heat up. It's broiling right now. Looking like a shrimp boil here between Matthew Fitz, Jimmy Barr. Jimmy works his way all the way back up to P12. Brody Green has a front windscreen of this battle about out here in front of him. 17 laps to go. That is a long time here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're working with lap times. Best lap times here tonight, about 51.2, at least for Caitlin Haight. Best lap time for David Smeal, P2, 51.31, 10th of a second back.
We're following around this front group. 16 laps to go here at Indy. Front team kind of have checked out just a little bit from 3rd on back. But nobody's going to give up just yet. A whole lot of racing left to go. So we're on board with Strickler here as he's looking for Tyler Massey up there in front of him. But he's got a great train. We got a caution out on the speedway again. Let's check out the action, see who has went around. Oh, Ryan Sword, Dakota Coon going to bring out our 13th caution here of the night.
Good gracious. All right. Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing League. Even if you caught the Bump and Run Cup Series race last night, we had some cautions, but not near as this many. What happens this time by between Ryan Sword and Dakota? Oh, there you saw it. A little bit late here on the replay. We cut to another camera shot at it here. Oh, we might actually have to back it up a few moments here. Here's Ryan Sword. That's some more, again, I think maybe sort of snaking down the backstretch and just not quite clear for the moment. It's hard to tell.
Boy, that number 95 right there riding that wall like a cheese grater right on the front.
God, nice evasive action there for Jimmy Barr. That was definitely close.
Keep your head on a swivel if you're Jimmy, because that could wound up a whole lot of different ways.
That's what happens there. This is going to be in front of the number 94. This is the contacts there, top right side of your screen. Looks like Dakota gets tagged. A little bit of help out of, I think that was Stan Mayberry right there up in front of him.
Yeah, Sword really nowhere to go there. He checks up, and King just going to kind of lose it. Let's take a look, see Kyler.
Oh, that's McCarthy, excuse me.
Kyler down there flirting with the apron again. He's doing everything he can to get it wound up there.
Alrighty, well, with that being said, 13th caution, only 15 laps to go here tonight. Matthew Fitz, Brody Green, Stan Mayberry, Ryan Sword. Only count them 4 drivers on to pit lane. Matthew Fitz, I didn't see too much damage for that Chevrolet Camaro. As well as Stan Mayberry, we're going to have to see if these drivers are possibly taking their last set of tires here tonight. Real quick, last break here tonight on Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. Got Justin Yaw up here with us. We will be right back with you here about a minute and a half time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Network. Appreciate all the sponsors. Appreciate all the crew at Full Throttle Performance. Appreciate all you folks tuning in with us here tonight. Late one here. We're burning the midnight oils. We got a great series here. A little late action, but we are about to wrap it on up. Everybody getting ready to go back to green shortly. We got a little dash to the checkered flag here. Not many more laps to go. I believe we're about 10 or less to go once we go green again. So we're going to re-rack them, re-stack them, and send them back to your way here shortly.
Sorry for the little bit of a flash of the iRacing UI there. Justin, I had to double check here. I was like, do we even have enough time within the session to get to the checkered flag? Well, the league owners put down a 2-hour 55-minute race. We are working at the 2-hour 15-minute mark. Working us double here tonight. That's hopefully gonna get compensated for it, but hey, that's no big deal. We're just here to have fun. Jeremy Zarfos, Andrew May. Remember, keep your eye on Brett Strickler, Jeremy's and Andrew May, not Jeremy Zarfos. Actually, yes, Brett Strickler, Jeremy, no Andrew May, Kevin Click. Those are our top 3 drivers on the second set of newest tires. Matthew Fitch, Brody Green, Stan Mayberry. I do believe they did have one set of tires within the pit. Matthew Fitz, Brody Green, Stan Mayberry, last pitting on lap 106. Our newest drivers to pit. They'll have a little bit more fuel and what I do believe is a little bit more, newer tires that are underneath them. Coming to what are we, 10 laps to go here, Justin?
I believe we're going to be close to it. If not 11, 12, we're going to be close to 10. So hopefully we can get this thing knocked out. We can crown us a winner here at Indianapolis.
Caitlin Hayes going to lead him to the green flag once again. Going to have David Smeal Jr., Tyler Massey, that Stam Studio Network Harvest Ford Mustang. Remember, he scraped the wall earlier, just barely missed a wreck, scraped the Stam off of that Studio Network vinyl wrap. Well, Tyler Massey, he will start in the front running spot of the second row. Brett Strickler right there beside Tyler Massey in that second row. Our front row, once again, is going to belong to Caitlin Haight. David Smeal Jr., once again, green flag is out. Working our way, throttle pedal down, up and through the gears we go. Caitlin Haight with another nice restart. Here comes the 38, Brett Strickler, working around the outside line of Tyler Massey.
Will they be able to clear him as they go through 2? He's going to be able to clear him, but here comes He's going to get a little bit sideways. What a save there. Everybody going to check up behind him. Everybody going to fan around the 38. He's going to lose all of his momentum. Here comes the 17, the 22, the 24, the 29, 25, all looking in the 20s. Rocking and rolling right here, working to see if they can get up to the front. You've got Tyler Massey running in third. You got David Smeal in second. Caitlin Haight leading us around here. Smeal is not letting go of that back bumper. He's going to stay glued to it the best he can.
Starting to see a little bit more side by side, but Kyler McCarthy once again up into the outside line. Here comes Jimmy Barr. He's trying to bring Matthew Fitz right there with him. Kevin Click, holy, what a move. Makes the inside work there out of a hard charging Kyler McCarthy. Kyler's trying to say, look, buddy, I got places to be. Kyler's forced on the outside line, possibly trading a little bit of paint. Coming to 10 laps to go this time. That's 25 miles left in this race. Such a long way to go. Kevin Click, Jimmy Barr, also the 38, Brett Strickler with a nice save earlier. Oh, there's contact with Kyler McCarthy. Into the wall, the 24 goes.
25 is not going away without a fight. This is the battle for the 6th position. He's going to be able to clear the 24 as they come off forward. And he is going down like a fat kid on a seesaw. Best keep your eyes peeled to the screen. Like, share, comment, let us know where you're watching from. As we are at 10 laps to go here at Indy.
Caitlin Hayes continues to lead out front by just under half of a second, separating our front 2 runners. David Smeal Jr. led some laps earlier on, continues to have a nice run here tonight as he tries to work his way up into the cap burn spot. Tyler Massey, Jeremy Zaffos. How about Jeremy tonight? Driver number 29, he started back there 10th. He has seen the rear of the field. He's seen now the front of the field, trying to work that final driver interview spot away from Tyler Massey as we got some more going around. Looks like Jimmy Barr involved once again.
Jimmy been driving the wheels off of it. Gonna get caught up in that one. Get her straightened out. Ought to be okay. Rough night there for the 12 machine. Had a great run going, battling up there in the top 10. That'll put him towards the back of the pack as we'll come back to the green. Let's take a look, see. Is Brett Strickler and the 12 going to get involved together?
Yeah, it all once again happened so fast here. We might have to rewind this one here just a bit. Yep, because there you see Jimmy Barr, the 12. Oh, well, that was easier said than done. 12 maxed the wall, very hard pancake outside contact. And then you saw, I believe that was the 38 of Brett Strickler involved in it as well. Just nowhere to go for these drivers. Indy, it's not really a self-cleaning track. You got the co-competitors here right up in front and in your grill there for the 38. Even more damage as you could wave at Jimmy Barr if you're a Jimmy Barr fan here. Here, wait, I got you. Get the old eyeballs out here. Get the foam finger. There you go. Hello, Jimmy. Alrighty. Well, anyways, Caitlin hates.
Just so everybody knows, number 1.
Yeah, there you go. They're probably if that was me, they're not a foam finger out of that car. There was a real life finger. Yeah, like you said, Justin, letting them know who's number 1 at that point. Alrighty, well, goodness, we've seen endurance racing before. I know at least a couple of the racing fans down there in YouTube land have. Talk about an endurance broadcast though here. Once again, this thing was supposed to be over what? At least an hour ago. I don't know. Anyways, this is a crown jewel event here tonight. We're continuing to see it all boil out here for these last couple of laps. And well, Kyler McCarthy, he was on that race-winning strategy that Caitlin Haight is, but unfortunately for Kyler, he got caught up about 10 or 20 laps ago there. He had to start at the rear of the strategy field there, what was the pit stop strategies, and although he has worked his way up 3 spots until that last spin, driver he continues to chase is that Haight number 11 machine.
Haight's car going to lead us around a couple more times. We just will re-rack, restack here shortly. Let's see what we can do to round this thing on down, boys and girls.
Alrighty, well now's a good time for it. Who you got there live in YouTube, man? We have seen y'all chatting out there this whole race. Now we have a little bit more time to look over at the old live YouTube chat, as well as once again thank the 40 live view. I think that's probably about as many as I've ever had watching a live stream here. Well, first of all, welcome to Stam Studio Network. We're about to get some racing. Hang on, we're with us.
If there's 40 people watching this thing, if you're not subscribed and like the chat, we need to know. We're at 679 followers. Let's get to 700 before next week. When we come back for bump and run, I expect 700 followers on this page.
You know what happens when we reach 1,000 here, don't you, boys and girls? Merch giveaway there. I'm talking shirts, or t-shirts. I'm talking, well, really just free t-shirts out to every single one of you who make this possible here tonight. I'm looking at you, Peter. I'm looking at you, Terry, Carrie, and YouTube chat as well. Who else we got here still hanging out with us?
I'll sing a full song at 1,000 followers.
Yeah, what'd you say? Intro song? Did I hear that right?
I'll just sing a song.
Oh, a song. Okay, well, all right.
I'll sing a song, whatever y'all want. As long as it ain't, like the Barney theme song or something. We're not doing that.
Oh, that's what I was. Well, there goes my guess. All righty, well, I thought about making a connection to the old purple dyno, but I'll think better of it. Tyler Massey, the Stam Studio Network Harvest Ford Mustang. Remember, this driver is on the same set of tires that our top 3 drivers are on. If he can make his way up through the gears, drop a gear, disappear on this race restart, possibly work his momentum down that long back straightaway. Maybe even get a little slingshot move there into our race leader. We'll have to see what happens here for Tyler. If you're just now joining us though, Kyler McCarthy and on back from 7th position on back. These drivers are all, if they saved a set, they have a little bit more pace under their newer Goodyear Racing Eagles. We're going to come to 6 laps to go this time, by just in time for me to hopefully make my next broadcast at the Charlotte Roval. Be sure if you want to watch left and right turns as well, you make your way and stick around for that broadcast. But probably for 4th, 5th time here tonight, Justin, it's going to be Caitlin Hates, David Smeal Jr., Tyler Massey, Jeremy Zarfos rounding out that front 2 rows.
We're gonna come around 7 laps to go. Racist, the pace car driver, we're gonna duck off. So we're gonna come to 6 laps to go here at Indy. On your feet, cold snack in your hand. Let's get back to racing here, folks. Smell gonna be on the outside, Hate on the inside. As they go back into turn 1. Smell gonna get to the bottom. He's not gonna check up. Gonna try to be all over the back bumper of the 11 machine as they go back into turn number 2.
Single filing it out here for the race lead. David Smeal Jr. continued to run right on that back bumper. We saw a little bit of side-by-side back down that straightaway. Matter of fact, right now, it's going to be right there behind Kyler McCarthy. We're disco balling our way towards the 5 laps to go.
Still racing hard all throughout the pack. Nobody gonna check up while they've got the run they do. Everybody gonna race hard like it's the last lap, and we're coming to 5 laps to go here at Indy.
Caitlin Hates continues to disco ball her way down that front straightaway, blinking her way to the race lead. Here comes David Smeal, not giving up that lead battle. How about Jeremy Zarfos? That driver, it's a very similar looking paint scheme, at least here from the broadcast booth there of Tyler Massey. Speaking of Tyler Massey, unfortunate for the Stam Studio Network machine, he'll drop back to P4 on this race restart. Battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Broil here between Caitlin Haight, David Smeal Jr. This time will come to 4 laps to go at the line.
Nobody gonna check up. They're gonna race hard like in this last lap. Train a rolling as we're coming down to 4 laps to go. Caitlin Haight still got the momentum. David Smeal in second. Jeremy Zarfos, after a couple early spins, looking in the mirror, he's gonna have a whole lot of it at Tyler Massey as he runs P3.
Tyler Massey continuing to find a little bit more pace after this initial race restart. But right now, Tyler Massey, the meat in the sandwich between Jeremy Zarfos and Kevin Click. Tyler Massey continues to try and fight hard for that final driver interview spot that belongs right now to the third position, Jeremy Zarfos. Jeremy's right now starting to lose a little bit more pace up to the P2 running of David Smeal. There's Tyler Massey flirting with the outside wall. This time we're going to come to 3 laps to go. Here comes Kevin Click. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Tonight, Kevin Click's nickname is Cotton Eye Joe.
Here he comes. He's going to tuck in right behind the number 17 Hot Rod. 17 going to look to the inside, going to have to go to the outside. Kevin Click going to keep the momentum rolling as he's going to keep it tucked to the apron. He's not going to have enough momentum coming off at 1 to get the pass completed. His top 3, or these top 2 really kind of splitting off. Smeal is all over the back bumper, that number 11. He is not going to let her get away without a fight.
David Smeal Jr. still within striking distance to our race leader, Caitlin Haight. Caitlin, she came away with that win 2 weeks ago, a top 3 a week ago from Dover, looking to make triple podium action happen here for the number 11. This time, 2 laps to go, 5 miles left from one of the world centers of racing, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, starting to look side by side between Kevin Click, Tyler Massey as well. Who's gonna get it? Kyler McCarthy down the inside from Brett Strickler, back out to the race. Oh, Tyler Massey off the pace, actually into the wall. overtime restart here tonight from Indianapolis.
They're going to re-rack them, restack them for an overtime restart here at Indy. One of the best things you can sit here and think about.
Look at him, the wall sucked him up there into the turn, and then, well, at that point, okay, it almost looked like an engine went there for the Tyler Massey machine, but I don't think that's the case. I think it just, the wall is like Velcro here at Indy. You can't really get off of it that easy, and then just, it kills everything the 17 was fighting for. Let's hop on board here with Tyler Massey and just listen in. Golly, that's... I guess iRacing has kind of revamped the wall contact physics there, because that got Tyler slowed down in a hurry. Matter of fact, it took him out of the race. Alrighty, well, I'd like to welcome in everybody once again. We're sitting back down at the comfortable 30 live viewers watching right now. That's a little bit more easier to deal with. But in all seriousness, from the bottom of our hearts, both Justin and I, started losing my voice there. We appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight live, or if you just happen to be catching the broadcast replay of it here. We're going to be coming to an overtime finish. Justin, for newer racing fans there, especially within the iRacing and NASCAR world, kind of briefly go over what that overtime restart and pretty much overtime finish means.
Overtime restart. So really you get a green, you get to come around to the white, and then you have your checkered flag. So that's what we mean. A lot of people call it GCW. Get green, white, checkered. Overtime, you get as many times as you want to at it. But you got to get to the white flag. You get to the white flag, next flag ends the race. So if you get to it, you don't get to the white flag, we have a caution. Re-rack them, restack them, and do it again.
All right, this battle for the race lead is about to just unfold here in front of our eyeballs. It all depends on this race restart. The battle for the top fan tonight looks like, I believe it's going to belong to Unicorn Queen. I believe that's Carrie down there live in the YouTube chat. Top fan number 2, at least for tonight. Oh, it's a tie right now. It's a tie between our top fan chats. Carrie and Terry, both 225. It's a three-way tie between Carrie, Terry, as well as Peter Slowick here tonight, all shown 225 XP in live YouTube land. Justin, we might look 3 wide for the win here tonight. We're already 3 wide across the start-finish line in the top chat, as well as, we got Edward Molina hanging out here as well. About to have this overtime restart. It's going to get good.
Yeah, we appreciate all you folks racing, hanging out with us. This ought to be a good green-white checker here. It's going to be fun to watch. Most definitely.
Who do you think not wins tonight here, Justin? Not the race, but who do you think wins the top chat race there? Top 3 runners tied between Peter, Carrie, and Terry. We got Harvest down here. He is texting and driving. Well, pacing and texting and driving. Tyler Massey saying he has never had his screen ever go out like that before. That's what happened to Tyler Massey. But what I'm more interested in here is, once again, as we hop on board, I'm just so, I mean, look at how fast this wall slows him down in the entry. Matter of fact, if we back this up one more time, take a look at the bottom right side of your screen, as you should see. Oh, okay, maybe. Anyways, Tyler Massey, he ran what I was going to mention, 190 miles an hour to 0, and what would you call that, Justin? Maybe 2 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, this just can really mess up a whole race. You hate that for Tyler. Had a great run going, running P4 there for the longest time. So another one of those instances, man. All it takes is one instance, and it'll put a damper on the whole day.
It'll put a damper on it, but You know, that's Tyler. We once again we appreciate you for all the. I mean, even the SSN membership down there live in YouTube land. That's what's I mean getting tipped on top of being paid to do what we love to do here. That's what's all makes this happen here. Tyler, we greatly appreciate you here, and unfortunately you're out of the race. Still shown only 13th position. Looking for a better run next week at the Iowa Speedway. A little bit of short track action. Once again, these turns, Justin, I think they feel like a little bit of road course action. We're side by side for our overtime race restart. Caitlin Haight, David Smeal, Jeremy Zarfos, Kevin Click, Kyler McCarthy, Brett Strickler rounding out the front 3 rows. Who has just a little bit of Indianapolis Motor Speedway magic in him here tonight to take it away from the Brickyard 300 miles, 120 laps to work with. Caitlin Haight, David Smeal Jr. Here we go. Hopefully the final restart here tonight, boys and girls. Get up, stand up for your life. Once again, don't give up the fight. We are here to bring you some green flag racing up until the checkered flag on Sam Studio Network. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw here in the booth. iRacing safety pace car, few hundred feet away from diving into the safety of pit lane. Caitlin Haight, watch the timing on this race restart. Does she get up through the gears right when she needs to? Or does David Smeal Jr. have a nice start? Here we go, wait for the green flag. 3, 2, 1, wave it around, wave 'em loud, wave 'em proud, Barney. Here we go, green flag run to the overtime restart here from the Indianapolis 300, side by side between David Smeal Jr., here comes Jeremy Zarfos, Kevin Click, as well as Brett Strickler trying to make the outside line work, trying to get momentum working here. We got, oh no, the 27, he gets turned, hang on to it.
Smeal with a save and a half as they go back down the straightaway. Hey, gonna have a huge run. Zarfo's gonna have a lot of work to try to catch her. Here comes the rest of the pack. They are side by side back behind the leaders. Caitlin's got really 5 corners to go. She's clicking off number 5. Coming around, white flag and apply from Barney as we're coming to 1 lap to go.
Anything goes here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here comes Jeremy Zarfos as well as Kyler McCarthy. Kyler somehow is working his way back up to P3. Final driver interview spot for the 24 right now. Here comes Kevin Click, side by side. Oh, Kyler McCarthy's gonna take the inside line, shove Kevin up the track, a little bit of contact.
Give up just yet. He's got to go on the defense. Here comes 7 Quick, looking for 3rd. Jeremy Zarfo is going to fall back just a little bit. So he's going to go to work on Strickler. Brad, we come. Caitlin Haight's going to come off of turn number 4. She's going to see the checkered flag waving up there from Barney as they come off of turn number 4.
Caitlin Haight, congratulations. Top 3 finish 3 weeks in a row. This time taking the checkered flag away from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Click side by side at the line. Give it to Kyler McCarthy, P2. Kevin Click, P3. How about Brett Strickler? Worked his way up to P4. There's Jeremy Zarfos. Fell back to P5. Matthew Fitz, they're going to round out that top 6 spot. There's Andrew May. Stan Mayberry. How about Stan here tonight? Immaculate rebound there compared to last night as 27 gets turned after David Smeal's immaculate save there coming to what was the white flag lap. Dakota Kuhn will take away our 10th and final top 10 spot. Kevin Gibney Jr., Brody Green will take away P12.
Congratulations to our winners and runners up. We're going to get everybody figured out here. Let them get all settled in here, and then we're going to go into some driver interviews.
Congrats once again on the podium finishers here tonight, but more importantly, congrats to Caitlin Haight, burning it down. Caitlin, not on top of the bricks. Oh, God. Oh, no. right on top of him. Three-way burnout up here. Look at Caitlin, Kyler McCarthy, Brett Strickler all burning it down. Congratulations once again to our podium finishers, Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Click, rounding out that top three. For our overall unofficial race results, here you go. We just talked about the top 10. From 12th on back, we got Brody Green, Ryan Sword, Tyler Massey, George Wood, Joshua Gaiman, Chad Engel, rounding out that top 17. Jimmy Barr, Lucas Nilgis, Justin Gibbs, Daniel Holdcroft, Nick Cannon, Robbie Bice, Michael Zuver, Shane Weldon, and Ken Baum Jr. rounding out our 26 driver field here tonight for our unofficial race results. Sean Sam Studio Network, Justin Yaw up here in the booth. This was a lot of fun to watch it. We ran up here within the overtime hours here, but that is a-okay. Congratulations once again, every single driver who made it out and really put on a show here for us tonight. If you're in that top three, make sure you work your way to the interview queue, where, matter of fact, I hear that the one, the only Justin Yawmentator has the one and only race winner here tonight. Justin Yaw, Caitlin Haight, both of you got yourselves a copy?
I got ya.
Well, all right, Caitlin. Had a great race going. Had to kind of work your way around some traffic there as the race went on. Kind of walk us through that whole race.
Yeah, well, first off, at the very beginning, I knew that just by how things were going, Ken and Josh Gaiman basically had me beat, and yeah, it was unfortunate for their crash because between the three of us, that would have been a really, really tough race, but afterwards, all I did was try and maintain track position, pit as few times as possible, and just try and extend fuel, and I mean, it all worked out in the end, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like once you got out front, you hit your marks and was just kind of checking out on the field. Other than restarts, kind of had to start racking up on the old mind, thinking, when are we going to get to the end of this thing?
Yeah, a little bit, but as everything kept going along, I was just more or less focused on, you know, by the time just getting into the restart zone and then just focusing on how many laps were ahead of me. So I just was driving, I guess.
Miss Caitlin, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, want to give a shout out to Lady Liberty Motorsports and Nitro Setups. Yeah, all those guys brought me in to the group, and so far for a rookie season, it's going pretty well, I think. And also want to thank Fitz and Robbie for putting on the series, and of course you guys up in the booth here for stepping up and broadcasting for us. And also shout out to the fans in chat, whoever they might be rooting for. You know, it's good to see people interacting in there.
Yeah, most definitely appreciate their fans. We appreciate you racing with us, Caitlin. I'm going to send it on up to Sean Stam for our P2 interview.
Justin, thank you for that, and congratulations, Caitlin, on your race win here tonight. That being said, let's see. Oh, sorry, Justin. I was just looking at your Discord message there. Kyler McCarthy, how about it, buddy? You got yourself a copy.
Yeah, boys, loud and clear.
Well, Kyler, you're gonna bring it home almost the double here. Well, yesterday you brought it to Indy. Had a really nice run going for you. Speaking of a really nice run here, well, you're bringing home P2 here tonight. What was going through your mind here as you were continuing to try and reel in Caitlin? It was a 1 second gap at the start-finish line. Of course, you two were on the same tire strategy coming across the checkered flag.
Yeah, I made a mistake when I was racing with Click and didn't realize how much he was checking up because of Fitz coming across his nose, got in the back of him. So apologize for that. I really do. He knows I don't race like that. So we just had to kind of make it work. I saw when we had that caution, when I looped it out of 2, that he came in and pitted. I was like, well, my best strategy now is just let him go and try to follow him through, because he's got the pressure tire. So just made that work as best we could. Learned a little bit from last night, from what we could carry over today, as far as lift points and stuff like that again. So overall, to spin and come back to P2, I'll take it.
Congrats again on the podium finish here tonight, Kyler McCarthy. You are the points leader of the Bump and Run Cup Series. Another podium finish here tonight, the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing League. Before we let you get going, man, congrats on the podium. Don't celebrate too hard tonight, and who you shouting out to? Anybody?
Yeah, I got to shout out all my teammates. Katie, Gaiman, Smeal, Gibney, Gibbs, Brody, all the guys at NitroSetupShop.com for putting us a fast piece underneath here. Again, I want to apologize to Click for that instance. Like I said, I got in the back of them, and it is what it is. But moving forward, I hope we just race on, and I had fun racing them with them at the very end.
Well, Kyler, hopefully you have a great rest of your night, man, and we can't wait until the next Bump and Run race, as well as the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing race. Should be out there at Iowa. It'll be a blast to watch, and good luck to you, man, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that being said, only one driver left to go until back-to-back broadcasts up here tonight. About to fly the virtual plane up to the Charlotte Roval. But that being said, Kevin Click, though, he'll be our first running Ford Mustang here tonight after the front 2 Chevrolet Camaros. Ford Mustang, Kevin Click, P3. You got yourself a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, Kevin, congrats on the third place finish here tonight, number 25. We're watching you in practice here before this session. We saw quite a bit of pace. Kind of flew underneath the radar here tonight. Worked your way back up to the final driver interview spot, coming across the checkered flag. How'd you do it tonight here, man?
Yeah, it was a up and down night. Felt like I had a pretty good car. Missed the start because of an issue with my VR headset, and had to pull out a pit road there at the back of the pack. So worked my way all the way up through the field up to about 7th when everybody pitted, and kind of stayed up there all night until the contact right there with Kyler. And I'm not gonna put it all on him after thinking about it a little bit. I know Fitz kind of went for the same gap, probably. Me and him probably went for the same gap, and I had to jam on the brakes, and I don't know. It just kind of sucks. That kind of put me behind the 8 ball. Had to come back through the field with less than 20 laps left just to get back where I was at. So pretty happy with being able to finish P3 after all of that. So we'll move on to Iowa next week and see how we do.
Completely different track here from a 2.5 mile speedway down into Iowa. What's going through your mind heading into next week, Kevin?
Haven't really ran a whole lot of laps yet, so I'm not sure quite how the track's going to feel with this new update. So kind of looking forward to that. I like the 3/4 mile tracks, so like Richmond and Iowa. So we'll see how it goes next week, and see if I can keep getting top 5s and put myself in a good position going into the playoffs here.
Well, congrats again on the podium finish here tonight. Kevin, before we let you get going, who are we shouting out and who makes it all possible for you, man?
Yeah, thanks to everybody at Turn 2 Terribles for all the help that they give. And then thank you to you guys for putting on the great broadcast. Listened to it, watched it last week. I thought it was great. We'll watch this one tonight, even though it's going to be a long one. That was a long race, so probably going to go lay down and get some sleep here. So.
We don't blame you, Kevin. Congrats once again, top 3 podium finish. There will be a little bit of disco ball and a little bit of dancing down there in the replay, but you'll see what I mean when you get to it. Congrats on the top 3. Caitlin, congrats on the top 1. Kyler, congrats on the top 2. Thank you all the drivers who have made this possible here tonight. Put on a show from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Justin, I appreciate everything that you've done for us up here in the booth tonight. For now, though, I got to catch my virtual flight over to the Charlotte Roval. I got back-to-back broadcasts. About to be live here once again on Stam Studio Network. But drivers, thank you all. Kyler, Kevin, Caitlin, congrats on the top 3. Justin, thank you, man. And of course, the YouTube fans here tonight. Real quick before we get going, Carrie's going to come away with the win, the top fan tonight. Terry will come away with P2, as well as Peter Slowick rounding out our 3rd position in the YouTube chat. We appreciate you, everybody. Stick around here, Stam Studio Network. About to be back live once again. Caitlin, Kevin, Kyler, all the drivers, all the fans, Justin, yourself included. Have yourself a great, great rest of your night.